And welcome to Bernie Stadium as the Chargers take on the Hawks of Hayes High School out of Buda, Texas. My name's Tony Brubaker, along with Kerry Barbosa. We're here to bring you the call of tonight's game. Right now, just because of some game management issues, they're doing the coin toss right now. If you're looking at that, should have been done before the national anthem, but they're doing it now. A referee has tossed the coin, and we'll see what the decision is, because I think obviously the road team gets the call. We'll see what he says.
The Chargers will be.
Well, he didn't tell us who won the toss.
I think Hayes did. I think Hayes and deferred, I think.
They deferred, so that's so moving right to left. The Chargers will have the first possession of tonight's game, and we'll look over the situation as we get there. But the offensive Chargers have had some success this year, 32.5 points a game behind quarterback Jordan Ballin, who's thrown for 1,218 yards. He's run for 135, but he's really the straw that makes this offensive drink go.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's so quick and he's so fast, and he really frustrates defenses. And I was talking to him the other day, and he mentioned that during when he was talking to Coach Kaiser that they were trying to figure out how many late penalty hits or spearing hits he's had this year, and pretty much every game he's drawn a late hit or a spearing hit, just because I think he frustrates defenses so much with his ability to scramble and get away.
Brooks and Logan are deep, handling kickoff duties for the Hawks. He's a senior, Nick Burgess. Our officials counting everyone on the field at this point. Our back judge finally hands the ball to Nick Burgess. And I think we're going to get underway here just momentarily, about almost 5 minutes after 7 o'clock. There's the whistle. And we're underway. Kind of a pop-up kick, but fielded clear back at the 15. That's Brooks, far sideline, finally dragged down, but not till the 35. And that's where the Chargers will start 1st and 10. And again, quarterback Jordan Ballin will be out. Ballin has 1,218 yards. That's 300 yards a game, 14 touchdowns, and only 3 interceptions. Receivers like Griffin Jones, Cannon Brooks, who just returned the kickoff, and a couple of tight ends, Bates and Krause, also get involved in the pass game. So 2x2 receivers. The lone setback is Cole Reha. He moves to Ballin's right. They're going to throw to Reha out in the right flat. Gets knocked down, but he falls forward, and that'll give him a gain of 9 yards up to the 44. It'll be 2nd and 2.
And Reha's the guy, as you see on the replay here. Ballin, quick throw to Reha, who gets about 9 yards on that play.
So quick offense. Reha gets the handoff. He gets hit in the hole, but again falls forward enough to get a first down as he passes the 45, or at least gets to the 45, and the officials mark the ball down 1st and 10.
Thought he got a good spot there, but they give it to him. He just had to touch that white line, and he does, and move the chains.
Well, look at the size of their defensive line, because their offensive line at Hayes is huge. Here's a pass in the flat, and contact, I thought, before the ball got there. It was intended for Krause and goes incomplete. No flag, so contact was obviously right on time. We'll get a look at it.
I kind of agreed.
I think he was there a little bit before the ball was.
Yeah, I agree. It was bang, bang, so it was so close. No whistle there, or no flag.
Keith Kaiser, the head coach of the Chargers in his 5th year, 39-14. 2-2 this year, but 0-1 in district play. Reha takes the handoff on 2nd and 10 and gets about 3 yards up to the 48 before he's wrestled down. That was Justin Lancaster at the bottom of that pile for the Hawks.
Chargers definitely in a hurry here, and Reha's a guy, he'll play a little bit of defense, so he tends not to play so much offense in that second half.
Ballin wants to throw, has some pressure, tries to avoid it. Now he's going to have to just chug it and sends it out of bounds over the Rebel bench. And that'll bring up 4th down at midfield. The Chargers are going to have to punt.
Yeah, and if they'd have gotten a couple yards, maybe 3-4 yards, made it a manageable 4th down and 4th and 2, 4th and 3, they might have gone for it, be near midfield, but they're on their own side of the 50-yard marker, so try to back up Hayes and maybe slow them down a little bit.
Brooks is the punter, averages about 38.5 yards a punt. This is a nice spiraling punt, but doesn't have a lot of distance, but it won't be fielded. Gets a good bounce and finally goes out of bounds inside the 15. So give him about a 30, well, I'll call it a 37-yard punt. And the Hawks will start 1st and 10.
It will be 1st and 10.
Their quarterback is Tyler McInvale, a junior, 6'2", 180. He's thrown for 471 yards, really hasn't run very much, although he has a rushing touchdown. Their game is the ground game. One running back, Kyrie Payton, 451 yards on 40 carries. Folks, that's 11.5 a carry.
Yeah, 144 a game he averages.
So they're going to throw it on 1st down, out in the left flat. A hit that spins the receiver, but finally falls forward. That's Chris Bruce, one of their tailbacks. Looks like he's got 1st down yardage at the 25. So their first play is good for 10.
Well, just as you said, they're a running team. They come out and throw the ball. So, but it's an effective play. Maybe seeing Champion's going to pack the box a little, try to slow down that run, so they try to go away from all that pressure and go outside.
Get the ball to one of those guys who can run real well, like Bruce. This is Payton up the middle, has a hole, breaks one tackle, stays on his feet, and gets 1st down yardage. That's how you get 11 yards a carry. You break some tackles.
And he got pretty much 11 right there. Payton already 10 touchdowns this year through 4 games. And this is an offense that can score, folks. They're averaging over 52 a game, so they've hit the 60s twice. So they can light up the scoreboard. So Champion has to really try to slow them down as much as possible.
So 1st and 10 from the 36. They've got things spread out a little bit here with a tight end and 4 other receivers. There's movement, so I think we've got a legal procedure, and that'll cost him 5 yards.
Yeah, they were stretched from sideline to sideline. They had 3 on trips right, and they had them way near the sideline, and then one on the left side. And it looked like it was going to be a passing play.
Yeah, it did. So 5-yard penalty on the false start. Back to the 31. They need to get to the 46 for a 1st down, but again, it's 1st down. They've got some size there. One of their tackles is about 330 pounds.
Is that before lunch or after?
Probably during. So kind of a wing T almost. They'll give a sweep running back coming this way. Met in the hole, breaks a tackle. Again, that's Bruce. Got hit in the hole and got through it and then fell forward for about 4 yards to the 35. Again, one of the keys we talked out before we went on the air is that the Chargers are going to have to tackle and tackle well tonight to be able to hang on to this offense.
Yeah, and Sawyer Boley in there. He hits him and slows him down a little bit. And Sawyer's missed a little bit of time this year with the injuries, so it's good to see him back.
So 2nd and 11. McInvale wants to throw. He has a man open in the left side, right at 1st down yardage. He's wrestled down by Graves. That looks like Villalobos. 6-foot junior, his 3rd reception of the year, but that's a big one for 1st down yardage at the 46.
Yeah, they're about a 70-75% run team, but they are effective where they're passing. They have 6 passing touchdowns this year, so they're not afraid to put it in the air. And they're not a typical run-heavy team that doesn't throw at all. They'll hit you deep if they want to.
They fake the sweep, give it to Payton up the middle. He keeps his legs grinding all the way to the 44 of Champion, and that'll be another 1st down. As again, he's hit after 4 yards, hit again after 7 yards, and then falls forward for an 11-yard gain.
Yeah, you see Payton there just bouncing off a couple tackles and then finally brought down by Tony Graves, but not before he gets the 1st down.
5'7", 160 is what they say his size is. That's Kyrie Payton. He's a senior. In fact, everybody in their backfield is a senior on the depth chart. Quarterback on the move, gives a nice pass out to Bruce in the flat, avoids one tackler, breaks another, then gets shoved out of bounds at about the 36. They get most of it on first down, but it'll be second and short.
Well, just a couple of missed tackles you see by the Chargers right here on the replay. Just hit a couple times, shakes the defender, and then gets a big gain. Yards after contact right now is really helping the Hawks move the ball down the field.
So 2nd and 2 from the 36. McIngvale says something to Payton, then turns around. Going to give it to Payton again right up the middle. There's a holding flag going to be thrown right there, so that first down run will be brought back, no doubt about it.
So McIngvale turn around and say, I'm going to give you the ball and you go get the first down, but I think he was planning on somebody holding there, so back him up.
Holding is the call. That'll cost him 10 from about the 30, well, from the 36 they say. We'll get a look at their blocking schemes because they've done the same thing a couple of times. So in any event, instead of 2nd and 2, it's now 2nd and 12. Got a receiver in from the sideline to bring the play. Head coach is Les Goad, his 5th year, 33-17 that record. They are 4-0 and 1-0 in district play. Here comes a quarterback keeper, and this time he's got plenty of room. Almost to first down yardage. In fact, that will be a first down at the 32. That time McIngvale, who really hasn't run much this year, only 4 carries for a -7 yards coming in, but he had a big run there.
It looked like a little option play. It looked like he had the choice, decides to keep it, and Champion's focused on stopping the backs. McIngvale shows he's very capable. Sawyer Boley and Cole Reha in on the tackle, so there's Reha playing both sides of the ball like he normally does.
So out of that split tee, he fakes a little pitch, has some pressure, gets hit as he throws, and overthrows his receiver, which is Jace Thomas, the junior tight end. Good pressure that time from the edge. Was that Vargas who hit him? No. That was Sutter Clemens who came in from the right defensive end.
Yeah, and that really, as I was seeing the replay here, you can see he doesn't really have a chance to, he's there, but he really wants to hold on just for another half second, but he can't because he's looking for Thomas, like you said, but just can't hold on to that ball because of that pressure.
So it's now 2nd and 10 from the 32. Oh, he turned the wrong way to give the ball to Payton. He does break a tackle. They have been really, really efficient at breaking tackles as they run. They are running through a lot of arm tackles. This time he got 4 yards when he really was stopped at the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage.
Yep, and I think Evan Cool was part of that as well, but somebody went the wrong. I don't know if the quarterback went the wrong way or the running back. But it was a miscommunication there, a breakdown. But that was good heads-up play by the quarterback to make something positive out of that play.
So for the first time, there's a 3rd down on this drive. Little misdirection, inside handoff. That's Bruce. He breaks a tackle. He's in the end zone. And the Hayes Hawks have struck first. 5:39 on your first quarter score. And Hayes takes a 6-0 lead with the extra point to come.
Well, you mentioned that misdirection. I think they got a lot of the Charger defenders looking to that left. See on the replay, everyone's chasing that way, but Bruce comes back the other way. A couple missed tackles right there. Again, hitting them up high and not able to bring him down.
Burgess on for the extra point, and it's up and good. So again, 5:39 to go, first quarter. Hayes up 7-0. We'll be back as Champion will receive a kickoff after this timeout on the Chargers Network.
I'm Stan Leach, Bernie ISD Athletic Director, and you're watching the Charger Sports Network. Go Chargers!
The Dog and Pony Grill has been committed to the Bernie community for over 10 years. And in that time, we've grown. But we've always stayed true to our roots. Just like all of y'all. Live music, great food, and the most fun for all Chargers fans. Stop by today, or tomorrow is just fine with us.
And we're back at Bernie where Hayes has struck first, and Carey has the drive chart.
10 plays, 85 yards, took 451, and they got 6 first downs on that drive.
Burgess in for the kickoff. Again, it's a pop-up kickoff. Will be fielded about the 20 this time. And brought up the sideline before he's shoved out of bounds is Cannon Brooks again. This time is shoved out at the 31, so not as good as last time, but still decent position to start from. Your own 31 is not a bad spot.
Yeah, he's giving them a couple good returns here.
The ball rests at the 31-yard line.
The district looks like this as Hayes is atop the district standings. Them and Canyon are both 4-0 in district play. As we're back to offense, Chargers. They give it to Reha. And he had a good run downhill until he ran into one of their linebackers who drove him backwards.
Cole Reha, the ball carrier.
I don't know if that's Colin Ryan or is that Reha. Can't tell.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's Colin Ryan.
Yeah, it is Colin Ryan, no doubt. This time a quick throw to Cannon Brooks, and he's got first down yardage, the first down of the day for the Chargers. His 35th catch of the year. Averages 153 yards receiving a game and 4 touchdowns, so that was good news right off the start. A quick handoff. And again, it's Ryan. He breaks a couple of tackles, and he says the guys in dark blue can do that too. Colin Ryan, who's rushed for over 215 yards this season, had a nice first down run there.
Just straight ahead running, lowers the shoulder, just bounces off tackles, gets the first down.
Ballin wants to throw it, does out to the near sideline. That's Griffin Jones. Avoids one tackler and gets a gain of 6 up past the 35, maybe to the 34. That'd be a gain of 7, and it'll be second down and a short 3.
So Chargers mixing it up, a little bit of run, a little bit of pass, trying to keep Hayes off balance. A little bit of a hurry up here.
Ballin wants to throw. Doesn't see anything right away. Now rolls to his right. Gets chased. Throws it to the end zone. And that is Jones, but just off his fingertips. It's incomplete and it rings up third down and 3.
I'll tell you what, that was quite a throw by Ballin. He's running. He doesn't set his feet. He's just running as he throws this. And he actually threw the ball 50 yards. He was at the 50 when he released it just about. So 50-yard throw on the run. He's a heck of a baseball player, UTSA commit.
Ryan has the handoff. This time he gets wrapped up. Around his waist is Jace Thomas. The tight end is also a defensive end, and he stops the third down run with just a yard. So it's 4th and 2, and the Chargers are going to stay with it.
Yeah, I think this end of the field, kind of no man's land. If you punt it, it goes in the end zone, you're going to back him up about 10 yards. So this is a good opportunity to go for it. Manageable 4th and 2.
Play clock still has plenty of time. Ballin is going to run left, and he's going to get chased down and throw incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs, will the Chargers. As that time he wanted to make a quick throw out to the near sideline, but the receiver was covered, and he had nowhere to go with the ball, and then pressure came, and it was over.
Yep, well defended, like you said, Tony, and really just no time to throw it. I think he at some point wanted to tuck and run, but there was just nothing in front of him, no empty space.
Room.
Yeah, so he just instead tried to throw it, and I'm okay with him throwing it there because it's 4th down. They're going to get the ball anyway. Take a shot downfield. Maybe you get an interference. Maybe you get a good catch from your athletic receivers. But if they do intercept, it's basically kind of like a punt right there.
So here come the Hawks again. Again, a 4-receiver set with the lone setback. Peyton They fake the handoff to him. They throw it to the edge. That's Bruce again. He breaks some tackles. He's down the sideline. One man to beat, and he breaks that arm tackle. Now cross the field. He's got to aim to the end zone, and he falls in after a shoestring tackle by Bali. And that's another Hayes touchdown. Now with 3:28 to go in the opening frame.
Number 11.
For Bruce, just 2 touchdowns already for these Hawks.
Number 23, Chris Bruce on the reception and the touchdown for the Hawks.
67 yards on that play.
Indeed. Burgess in for the extra point. And it's up and good. Again, 3:28 to go in the opening quarter. We'll keep it here just again to look at what they've been able to do this season. Bruce, the second leading ball carrier on the team, came in with 287 yards on just 20 carries. He's averaging 14.5 yards a carry. Again, we told you Peyton was averaging 11.5 a carry. Their weak one is Eric Ruiz Alvarez. He has 11 carries for 56 yards, so he just has a meager 5+ yards a carry.
Peyton averaging 144 a game. Bruce averaging 94.5 a game rushing yards.
Yeah.
And then Obara, who we haven't really heard much of.
Haven't heard him. He's run for 150 yards himself.
Yeah, and he's got about 73 yards a game. So they got, and that was one thing Coach Kaiser said when I was talking to him about the scouting report. He said they got 3 guys that can go. And we've seen one go to the end zone twice, and 14-0 here late in the first quarter.
This one's popped up even shorter. Brooks comes up on the run, makes the catch, gets loose on the sideline, and gets a little further up. So the Chargers again have very good field position, as it'll be near the 40, where they'll start 1st and 10. How was that last drive?
One play, 67 yards. Took him 15 seconds. I need to talk to Bruce about his 40 time because he's a little slow on that one.
So from the 39, it's 1st and 10 for the Chargers.
They got to sustain something here. Keep the defense off the field. Keep your Charger defense off the field for a little bit. Give them a rest.
Ballin keeps it, gives it out to Brooks, near sideline. Gets kind of wrapped around his head a little bit, but brought down on the play by Alex Villalobos. After a gain of almost 9, it'll be 2nd down and 1.
Kind of an RPO, a run pass option. He can run it or throw it. He sees Cannon Brooks wide open, throws it to him, and gets 9 on it.
Quick handoff. I believe this is Reha, and he gets hit in the hole and gets backed up. That's linebacker George Garcia, one of their senior linebackers.
They're going to give him forward progress, though.
And they do give him forward progress. So it's 1st and 10. There's a trend going on in officiating all over the country from every level. That one could have been a pick 6, but Cannon gets it. He gets 1st down yardage past the 40, now to the 30, avoids one tackler, then gets shoved out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 30-yard line, where the Chargers will have 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's a risk-reward play by the defender. You take a risk, go for the interception. If you miss it, Cannon Brooks is wide open. He's going to have room to run. You like the aggressiveness, but like I said, if you don't make the play, it's going to be a big play for the offense.
That was a linebacker that chased him down out of bounds. Ballin wants to throw, has good time this time. Looks for Brooks on the near sideline, but throws it over his head. Coverage by the safety, Jaime Hernandez. So it's 2nd down and 10.
That last play goes for 22 yards for the Chargers.
Jones, the lone receiver on the top of the field. Far sideline. Handoff, Reha gets hit in the hole but falls forward this time. Give him a couple of yards to the 25. Down at the bottom of that pile is one of their defensive linemen. This time the tackle by Nathan Rodriguez.
Tackle was made by number 45.
3rd and long.
George Garcia.
So 3rd and 8. from the 25. Ballin wants to throw, has some time, now gets pressure, avoids the first run. Now throws it up the field, has a man near the end zone. That is Griffin Jones. The long distance threat gives the ball inside the 5 to the Chargers with a threat to score here late in the first quarter.
Well, watch Ballin buy some time. He sidesteps that defender, buys himself some time with his legs, and he waits for Jones to get open, makes a great throw and 1st and goal here.
So 1st and goal from the 3. Reha avoids a tackler, then gets hit by a whole bunch of people. 4 different jerseys met him after the first one got to him. A total of 6 on or near him when he goes down. That was actually no gain. The ball's at the 4, still now 2nd and goal.
Like one of the Hayes defenders and Reha were kind of battling for that ball there, but the possession's going to stay with the Chargers.
Reha going off left tackle. Shoved down right there. Michael Bischoff, one of the inside linebackers, brings him down.
Once again, the ball carrier. Tackle is made by Michael Bischoff.
And that should be a timeout called by Hayes. So we'll keep it here with 56 seconds to go in the opening quarter. It's 14-0, Hayes on top of Champion. But the Chargers now 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. They've inched a yard back on each of the first 2 plays.
Yeah, definitely feels like they have to score here, cut that lead in half. Tried 2 run plays so far. And the Hayes timeout, though, gives them a little bit of a chance to kind of regroup here and talk about what they want to run on that next play. Travis Chrisman, the offensive coordinator, out there with the offense, and we'll see what they come up with.
Well, you've both played 4 games, so everybody's seen everything you've done to this point. So you know there are plays we haven't run before.
Right.
But in any event, here we go. Krause, the tight end, the lone receiver to the right, 3 others to the left. 3rd and goal from the 5. Play clock begins. Motion by Jones. Ballin wants to throw, has some time, has a man. It's Jones. Touchdown, Chargers!
And that's who was the man in motion. He just kind of went behind the others and just a little slip screen there and got behind them. And offensive line gives Ballin plenty of time to wait for him to get open. That play takes a little while to develop.
And that's one of the things we've seen on this drive. Ballin has had more time on most of his pass plays on this 3rd drive of the night. The extra point by Crew Pulliam is up and good. It's 14-7. 51 seconds to go in the opening quarter. There's timeout on the field on the Chargers Sports Network.
Yeah. I'm Goldberg. Thank you for watching the Chargers Sports Network. Who's next?
There are just some things you can count on.
Congratulations and thank you.
Here's a replay.
Porno's Pizza.
You see Ballin with time, throws
just
a
waiting.
dart. Jones, who did a skinny post route from basically from the end zone, and beat the defensive back and had him on his back. And Ballin made a great throw for the touchdown, I should say, not the extra point. So the touchdown makes it a 14-7 game. Hayes still on top, but the Chargers will kick off.
It was a 9-play, 61-yard drive. They had took 2:23 off the clock. Cannon Brooks with a 22-yard pass, Jones with a 21-yard reception, and then Jones with the touchdown to cap the drive.
Pulliam's kickoff will be fielded just past the 10. It's Bruce. Finally brought down by a host of Chargers. First one to hit him was Nico Lopez. And they'll start from the 32, 1st and 10.
On the return for the Hawks, he brings the ball to the 32-yard line.
Seems like Hayes has thrown more than I thought they would. I thought they would be a 90% run team, but they've gone to the air a couple A couple more times than I thought, and that's probably based on scouting report.
McIngvale had thrown 32 times in the previous 4 games.
Right.
I mean, that's 8 times a game. They've thrown 8 times tonight already, or
So-
close to it.
Yeah, so I think definitely they saw something on the scouting
Right.
report trying to take advantage of.
There's Peyton, follows his big lineman, gets stopped about the 40, so a gain of 8. Chargers, all kinds of them down at the bottom of that pile. First one to hit him was the safety, Evan Cool.
Peyton just showing some patience, letting that hole open. Then he hits it and gets 8 on that.
Yep.
They don't have to snap it unless they want to here to end the quarter.
That is correct, and that would be my guess. Well, quarterback goes out to pick up a towel. Game clock goes under 10. They are going to snap it. The old wing tee.
Maybe. Let's see. Yeah.
Motion out of the hash. A man down the sideline as the horn sounds. That ball's got some air under it. It's a little bit short, and I think it's intercepted.
Yep, I think Sawyer Bowley got
Indeed it is. Sawyer Bowley comes up with the ball that just didn't have enough air under it, and the Chargers have come up with a turnover to end the quarter. So 14-7, Hayes leads by a touchdown. We'll start the second quarter when we come back after this timeout on the Chargers Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Gina DeWall, the Bernie ISD Athletic Secretary, and you're watching the Charger Sports Network. Go Chargers!
Hey, I got another one for you. And just look at the hole in this line. You could drive a truck right through there. I mean, the refrigerator William Perry could get a first down there. But you know who's going to get their number called for this one?
And we're back with the start of the second quarter, and it's Charger ball from their own 30. They're moving left to right here in the second quarter. And that is the tailback Colin Ryan, who gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls ahead for about a half a yard. We'll give him a credit for a yard, and it's second down and 9.
It looked like if Ryan could have stayed on his feet, he'd had some running room there. He had a big lane to hit through if he could get through that hole.
Like the Chargers, they employ 3 down defenders. Ballin's running for his life, throws it out to a receiver as he's going down, and it is incomplete. There was a receiver in the vicinity, so no intentional grounding. It'll be it'll be third and long.
Good job by Ballin, just getting rid of it there, just to have the presence of mind to look for the receiver, make sure throw it in that area and not get intercepted, and then not take the sack as well.
That's the second or third time tonight they've had a pass rusher in untouched. That has to change. This time he has time, has a receiver open, and it's a completed pass. Is that Griffin Jones again? Yep. It is, and that's first down yardage to the 46-yard line. Coverage on the play. Well, we're not going to worry about that. Just a nice pass.
Look at the
and
time
a tight window. Here's another pass. It's Brooks on the near sideline. Breaks one tackle, breaks another up across midfield. Be a gain of only about 4, maybe 5, but it seemed like he ran forever on that one. Caught it in the backfield.
Yep, and then he ran all the way to the sideline, but Chargers in Hayes territory now. 2nd
and 5. Reha takes it off left guard. Has some more running room this time. He'll get about 4 yards as he falls forward again. Might even have a first down. I think he does.
Yeah.
They give him credit up to the 44.
Ryan, he falls forward.
Yeah, Colin Ryan, yep.
And as he falls forward, that's what got him that first down.
Because Reha plays so much defense, I know you mentioned that earlier, he can't carry the ball all night long. Time for Ballin. Throws it too tall this time, intended for his tight end, Krause. So it's 2nd and 10.
Sailed a little bit on him. Starting shortstop for the Chargers, Ballin is, and baseball team, and Used to making those throws to first. That one just sailed a little bit on him, and
that's when you're glad you have a tall first baseman,
yeah,
right?
That's right.
So Ryan to the left. Now a quick pass. This is Krause. Not real sure if his knee touched down at first, but he gets about 5 yards. It'll be third and about 5 as he's wrestled down by a couple of defenders. Colin Smith is the corner on the play. Justin Lancaster, the outside linebacker. And now there's a flag, and that'll be holding. And that'll march the Chargers backwards.
Well, they went right back to that play. That play was open. They went right back to it. As you see Krause make the catch, and 2 flags came out, so a couple different officials saw that.
Yeah. So instead of 2nd and 10, it's 2nd and 20. So you got to get some yards here to have a chance.
Correction, 2nd down.
Ballin and Krause do some hand signals. They give to Ryan, and he's got some yardage before he's tripped up. Good job that time by one of the safeties came up. Now that's actually a linebacker, Dorian Hill, who got him by the ankles and knocked him down.
Yeah, if Hill doesn't make that stop, he's got one man to beat to get to the end zone.
And that man is Bruce, Chris Bruce, the free safety. So we'll see what we can do now. It's 3rd and long, 3rd and 16. Ballin wants to throw. Will he have time? Has some time. Has a man down the sideline. Just overthrows him. That's Evan Bates, the backup tight end, a senior with 13 catches on the year, but can't get to that one, and it's 4th down.
So what do you do here? 4th and 16. Looks like they're going to bring the punt team out to try to back up Hayes.
I don't think there's much doubt that you can.
Yeah, I think that the distance is the big issue here. Not so much that you're at midfield or that it's 4th down, but 16 yards is a lot. So see if you can back him up.
Peyton and Bruce are their 2 punt returners. This time it looks like it's Peyton as Bruce marched off the field.
Whoa.
Ballin has a fair catch, and they'll have the ball right around the 20. So change of possession. It'll be Hayes' ball. We'll keep it here with 9:28 to go in the 2nd quarter and a 14-7 lead for the visiting Hawks of Hayes High School.
That was a good job by Brooks picking that ball off the turf on a short snap and getting a kickoff.
So their hefty offensive line comes out. That's how you have good run numbers, when you got big guys up front paving the way. So 2x2 receivers on either side. The left tackle and left guard kind of point around a little bit, and then they get back down. Play clock under 5. McInvale hands it to Peyton, and he got loose. I thought he was kind of tied up after about 5 yards, but he kind of squirted out of there. And if not for the secondary, he would have gone the distance.
Yeah, right there.
Right there, he kind of burst forward. And a good job by Hernandez. I'm sorry, wrong side of the ball. Good job by Evan Cool. No, I was right the first time. Evan Cool.
Just hit that hole really quick.
Yeah, he did.
And you saw that speed that he's got.
Give it to Peyton again. He sidesteps, a little jump step. Breaks a tackle. Well, it actually hangs on and brings him down. Good job that time by the Chargers to hang on, but he still gets first down yardage.
It seems like Peyton has broken a tackle or 2 on every play. It just seems like it's not been a case just, I think because he's so shifty and elusive, I think it's hard for one man to hit him first contact and bring him down.
Jared Wingo with the tackle, who had him. He tried to squirt loose, but Wingo wouldn't let go and got him down right at the 45. They give it to Peyton again, another jump cut. Now he's loose, and this time I don't know that we will catch him on the move, and it is a great job. Evan Kuhl ran him down from behind and brings him down inside the 10, maybe right at the 10. But a great job of saving the touchdown as you chase down the very, very quick Kyrie Peyton.
Yep, he gets out right there. You see a little jump cut and just a foot race, and Kuhl showing his speed right there, catches him from behind. I don't know how many times Peyton has been chased down like that, but Kuhl shows he's got some wheels on him.
He does, the junior. So it's first and goal from the 10. McIngvale hands a side handoff. This is the third running back. This is Obara, Zach Obara, the senior at 6'3" and 185, had 150 yards coming in. This time he gets a little bit, but there's a couple flags.
Yeah, and Cool was the first one out there on that play, so he's definitely not winded. It's going to be a chop block on Hayes.
Yep. So it'll be first, but now should be first and 20.
Yeah, it'll be first and goal, so they got
yeah, first and goal from the 25. That's a 15-yard penalty on the chop block. So kind of changes things a little bit, makes Cool's play even bigger with the 15-yard penalty. It's first and goal, but they're at the 25.
Yeah, but they can't get a first down unless it's a penalty. Unless it comes on a penalty.
Yeah. So everybody's in tight in this formation. McIngvale fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, looks down the field. He has Bruce in the end zone, and there's his third touchdown of the night. Coverage a bust on that one as they let Bruce go, and McIngvale finds him in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, they were bunched in tight, like you said. They do the play action, draw everybody in, and Bruce just goes uncovered into that end zone. There was a safety back there, but he covered the man in front of him, and that left Bruce uncovered, and just had to float that one up. Didn't have to be real precise on it. Just kind of put some air under it, let him run under it, make an easy catch. And
it's one of those where the quarterback and the receiver, neither one of them want to do it because you're afraid you're going to mess up an easy deal. The extra point kick is good by Burgess. It's 21-7 with 7:33 to go in the second quarter. Back with the kickoff after this timeout on the Chargers Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Brian Benway, Director of Communications for Boerne ISD. This is the Chargers Sports Network. Go Chargers!
Hi, I'm Scott, and I love Chick-fil-A nuggets because the flavor is unparalleled. As soon as you bite into them, you're in a happy place. The seasoning is perfect.
Hey, I'm Giovanni, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is that they're perfectly breaded. There's just that right amount of crisp. I don't know what they're doing in the kitchen, but it's pure magic.
Tony Brubaker, Kerry Barbosa back here. Kerry, tell everybody what you just told me.
Looking at the drive summary, they started first and 10 at the 20. They did not have a single second down. Every play was a first down. They were getting big chunks of at least 10 yards, and they had that big run, of course. But so they go 4 plays, 80 yards, a minute 55. Bruce with his third touchdown, and did not face a second down on that whole drive.
Short kick this time, fielded by Logan. He's got some room, far sideline. One man to beats the kicker. Gets a block. And finally tracked down, but not till he's way into Hawk territory. They mock him down finally at the 32 or 33. Was that Brooks?
I believe it was Cannon Brooks. He's had a couple nice returns.
So they switched sides on me, and I didn't pay attention to it. It is Brooks. He got the sideline. Again, got a block, but then the pursuit got out to him, and he's up at the 33-yard line. First and 10 for the Chargers. So in spite of play clock is down to 15, and we're just breaking the sideline huddle. Going to have to hustle on this one. In spite of falling down by 2 scores, a great kickoff return puts us in position to make something happen here. And there's a handoff. That's Ryan again. No, that's Reha.
Yep, they're moving him in just to confuse you, I think.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job. 22 and 32 look awful similar from this distance.
They do.
So a gain of 7 on a nice run right up the middle. Good blocking there. Now a pass. Brooks on the far sideline gets a block from a receiver, breaks one tackle, falls forward to the 22. That'll be close enough, and that is a first down.
Yep, that'll be a first down. And Chargers moving the ball and great starting field position thanks to that Brooks return. They got a short field to work with. Let's see if they can capitalize.
2x2 receivers. Ballin wants to throw. Near sideline, that's Krause. He gets away from one tackler and gets first down yardage to the 10. It should be 1st and goal for the Chargers. After that nice throw and catch.
Yeah, they've gone to that play a few times now with Krause there lined up. Even though he's a tight end, he lines up as a receiver, and he's been open pretty much every time. This time he comes in tight.
Charger offense starting to have some success right now. Reha, the running back. Ballin takes the snap. Reha finds his way through. He's into the end zone, and there's a touchdown for the Chargers.
One guy is saying touchdown, the one on the other side didn't say anything.
Well, the near sideline called it a touchdown. The far sideline said no.
Yeah. So
well, I think we're trying for the extra point right now, so that's the way it's going to be.
Yep.
The head linesman had a touchdown on the near sideline. Pulliam in for the extra point. It's up and it's good. 21-14, 6:34 to go. That was a hurried up drive that had a lot of success after the big kickoff return. And the Chargers are back within a touchdown. We'll keep this one here as 21-14. There you get a look at the run.
Yeah, I was wondering where his knee written down, but I think he was over the line of scrimmage there. The ball just has to break the plane.
I think he was reaching it out, too, and that gave him a chance. I'm not so sure if we had instant replay at the goal line that would be called a touchdown, but we had the head linesman saying it was, and that's really all that matters.
Yep, and then the two officials on the other side didn't say anything. They just kind of came in. Looked like one of them was going to spot him short, but he got overruled. So that was a 4-play, 33-yard drive. Took 50 seconds, and, of course, it's set up by the great return by Cannon Brooks there to get them deep into Hayes territory to start that drive.
So how many seconds?
50 seconds.
50 seconds. I knew it was quick.
This is kind of turning into a shootout.
Right now, the first team that gets a couple of stops in a row might win this one.
5 touchdowns already, and we're just halfway through the first quarter and a half.
You're right about that. We've played 18 minutes. Pulliam with the kickoff. This end-over-end kick will carry to about the 10, where Peyton will take it at the 13. Tries to move and shift, and now tries to go opposite side of the field. Has one man, and he won't let him go. Great tackle in the open field. A great job that time by Price Hammond, a senior who wasn't going to let go.
Kyrie Payton on the return. The tackle was made by number 4, Price Hammond.
So from the 32, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks.
Good job by Price. Price, his mom was the champion basketball coach for many years, Marcia Hammond, and she took a job at Comal ISD as one of the athletic directors, and I know she comes to the games when she can. I'm sure she's trying her best to be here tonight.
McInvale to Peyton, like we've done all night long. This time he spins, gets tripped up. Cool, I think, got the most of that. A gain of 8. It's 2nd and 2. Boy, he is shifty and he is quick.
Yeah, and we've called Cool's name a lot of times tonight, which is a good thing for him, but the problem is he's the safety.
Yeah.
So he's having to make a lot of tackles, and when your safety is having to make a lot of tackles, that's tough on the defense. You want to hit him and stop him a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, not so deep.
So again, out of that old wing tee, both 4 receivers going long. They're looking over the top, and a tipped pass. I think Bali got a hand on it. Is that Bruce that they intended it for? I can't see a number yet. But they send 4 receivers straight to the end zone. And McInvale had his choice of who to throw to, and he threw it to the guy who's done most of the damage tonight for the Hawks, Chris Bruce.
Well, Chargers were very good on defending that play. They didn't fall for that 3rd and 2 or 2nd and 2. We're gonna play action it and draw everybody in. They stayed with their men that time.
2-by-2 receivers now. They give it to Peyton. Avoids one tackler on 3rd and short and gets first down yardage to the 44. So the Chargers are doing a better job of getting to him. And the last 2 times he's carried the ball, they've been able to bring him down before he got too loose. Still a first down at the 44, 1st and 10.
He only needed 2, and he got about 4. But yeah, they're 4-yard gain for him is not if you're a defense, you take 4 yards.
Yeah.
On that guy.
Yes, you would. This is Bruce. Oh, he avoids a tackler on the edge. There's a flag that comes in. So he gets first down yardage and a good job of going down the field.
Chris Bruce, the ball carrier, penalty marker on the play.
So there is a penalty marker.
On the Chargers, it's going to be a face mask. So
wow.
From the spot of the foul, well, from the end of the play, he went down at the 40, so they're going to move it all the way up to the 25. So that's a costly penalty. Gives them, puts them that much closer.
To the 25-yard line.
So a big play.
1st and 10 for the Hawks.
And the Hawks are in business again.
31-yard play.
Wow.
To count the penalty.
McInvale out of the shotgun. That time it went straight up to Peyton, Kyrie Payton, and the defense was there to meet him. A bunch of defenders there.
Gage Goldberg was in there. A couple others.
Peyton once again the ball carrier.
Yeah, Goldberg, the middle linebacker, I think, got the biggest part of it. So it's 2nd and 10 on no gain on the run.
Interesting, Goldberg was on the coach's show, and he says, I like to play angry. He said, I like, if I can stub my toe or something before a game, that gets me in the right frame of mind.
You like those kind of players. 4 receivers set for the Hawks. They give it to Peyton. And he gets caught in the backfield again and gets pushed back. They're going to say no gain for the 2nd play in a row.
That's a late hit by Hayes. Kind of silly.
Yeah.
Just bumped the guy for no reason.
So it'll be a personal foul against the visitors.
Personal foul.
Cool is the one that took the shot. One of the big linemen just ran into him, just kind of lowered his shoulder after the play was over. And
so instead of 3rd and 10, it'll be 3rd and a whole bunch more. The ball was at the 25. That'll be 15 yards all the way out to the 40. So 3rd and 25 now. Last time they had a something in 25, they threw a touchdown pass.
Yeah, it was 1st and goal at the 25.
Yeah.
But they've done a good job on Peyton on this drive, kind of limiting that big play.
They've filled the hole that he likes getting through. So again, a 4-receiver set. We want to bring an extra linebacker. They throw it out to the edge and get a block. Chasing him down, though, a good job by Jared Wingo, and stops him just inside the 35. So it'll be a gain of 5 or 6, but it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Wingo and Sawyer Bowley both out there. Graves, you see him 24 in that area. It was too many guys for him to get around, and brings up 4th and forever. But what do? You're in no man's land here. A punt isn't going to back him up too much, and so I think in the position you're in, you probably go for it. But let's see what they do.
Play clock's at 10 and running down. The game clock's at 3:10.
Could quick kick it or go
he is like their backup. He is their punter. I'm sorry. Tyler McInvale is their punter. So Hayes calls another timeout. We'll keep it here. So again, because he's the punter and he's in the shotgun, all he has to do is take 2 steps back before the snap, which they didn't have enough time with the play clock running down. But that'd be my guess. What I really want to talk about, though, is the games I've seen of Champion, I thought their defense, while not being able to stop a whole lot of people very often, they do run to the ball well and as a unit. Because of their success on this drive of stopping Peyton a couple of times at the line of scrimmage, there seems to be even more energy where they're running to the ball. And that time, a great job by Wingo to run down with Bali, and they stopped Bruce that time, or who, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Bruce, or was it? Yeah, it was Bruce on the edge over there.
Right, yeah, and I think a lot of that starts with slowing down Peyton.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the guy, and they've held him to some short runs on this drive, and that's put them in a position where they have to look elsewhere and maybe try some other play, try to go outside, and Champion has defended that well, so they're making adjustments as they go along here. Blaine Ellis and the Chargers defense, Blaine Ellis is a defensive coordinator. They're making adjustments there and putting them on 4th and long, and we'll see if this is a quick kick. The quarterback backs up a few yards. We know he's going to kick it.
Peyton's right behind him now. They're going to fake the handoff. Now he's going to roll to his right. He has Bruce down the field. We've got good coverage, and we knock it away. It's incomplete, and that's a turnover on downs. The Charger defense comes to play and makes a stop here with just under 3 minutes to go in the first half.
And guess who? We've called his name all night. Evan Cool. Watch him come over. Just good recovery. Gets in there, gets a hand on the ball and knocks it away. Doesn't try to intercept it or doesn't interfere, and makes a nice little tap on that ball right there just to keep the defender from getting it.
He did do a good job of touching Bruce and using him to elevate so he could jump up and knock the ball down, but no interference on the call, just a good defensive play. So here come the Chargers, 2:58 to go in the half. Ballin wants to look short, now has to scramble, now finds Brooks. He makes a catch, a short gain, up to about the 37, maybe the 38. Be a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
And Ballin, he just extends plays, just rolling that time, rolling right until he gets a receiver open, makes the completion there.
And this time a handoff straight up the middle. That's Colin Ryan for good yardage. 1st down yardage into Hawks territory at the 46.
Number 32.
Still a lot of time to go. The clock at 2:24 and begins to run again.
16-yard run. And Chargers have had a lot of success running straight up the middle. That's how Reha had his touchdown, straight up the middle.
After the first couple of drives, it started to open up with some different blocking schemes. Now Ballin has some time, now has to scramble, now has to get rid of the ball. He'll run out of bounds, gets back to almost the line of scrimmage, but get hit late. That's one of their defensive end, Jace Thomas, hits him out of bounds, and that'll be 15 more yards from where he was knocked out at the 47.
And we talked about Ballin, how he draws penalties. And what he does, he runs down the sideline, and the defender thinks he's got a chance at it. In the very last second, he'll step out of bounds. And sometimes he gets the guy to hit him, and he's done that every single game.
And, you can't get stats anymore on high school teams very well, but we don't know how many penalties Hayes has had on the season because they've been so dominant. Again, they've outscored everybody by at least 20 points, and they have at least 5 points less given up than anybody else. But they've had 2 major penalties now that have cost them on both sides of the ball. Now a pair of backs, one on either side of Ballin. He wants to throw, has protection, has time. There's Brooks. Touchdown on the near sideline. There is a flag, so we'll have to see.
It's going to come back.
It is going to come back, holding against the Chargers. Ballin did a great job of waiting for a double move by his wide receiver Brooks, who caught it on his fingertips and then fell forward into the end zone.
And then Brooks did a good job getting open.
Well, we knocked somebody down on the defensive line. We saw that on the highlight replay. Holding is the call. It'll cost us 10. Back to the 42. It'll be 1st down and 20.
Plenty of time. Got 1:56. You still got your timeout, so you're in good shape here.
Oh, still plenty of time to go. Ballin to throw. They've got some push. He avoids traffic, now has to get rid of it, and he finds a receiver who's out of bounds, so it'll be incomplete.
Krause lives on that sideline. He just hangs around that sideline. Had a little bit of daylight. That was a very tight window to throw into, though, and not able to catch it and stay in bounds that time.
Looking for the play call on the sideline. Ballin and his offensive unit. 1:49 to go. Clock stops with the incomplete pass. It's 2nd and 20. This is a run. Colin Ryan gets about half of the yards yards back. So a gain of 5 makes it 3rd now and 15. Game clock now will go under 1:30. They look to the sideline.
You may be in 4-down territory here, so you don't have to get all the 15 here. You could maybe try to get half of it or some of it, but probably 2-down or 4-down territory here.
I would totally agree. With some protection, Ballin has time, now has to scramble, goes to his left, has some room to run, has to beat one, and he doesn't. Is that Peyton? It is. Peyton who made the tackle. And then Hayes calls a timeout with 1:02 to go, and it's 4th down and about 11 to go.
Should be a long field goal if that's what the Chargers are thinking.
Yeah, I don't think that's, unless he can make, Pullman can make a 50-yarder. That's what it'd be right now. So
close to 50, yeah.
Are you okay with giving him the ball back, 70 yards to go with 50 seconds or 45 seconds?
Yeah, and that's what Hayes is thinking. That's why they call the timeout.
Sure.
Because they're trying to get that ball back and save as much time as they can for that drive if the Chargers don't get the first down. I think the Chargers are probably going to go for it. You're just too close for a punt, and you're too far for a field goal. So with a minute left, I think maybe you just try to chunk something downfield. If it gets intercepted, it's kind of like a punt.
Yeah. Well, I think it's obviously going to be a pass play. They just got to protect enough for
this could be
Allen to have enough time to throw.
Yeah, and this could be a situation maybe where you see a trick play or something like that. See what you got in your playbook.
It's a pass. Protection holds pretty good right now. Now he's chased, has a man in the end zone. It's Brooks, and he throws it out of bounds. That's an incomplete pass with 55 seconds to go, and it's a turnover on downs. Hayes will start from their own 32, 1st and 10, again with 55 seconds to go. So the drive ends after eating up some clock, about a little over 2 minutes of clock.
Yep, it took over at 2:58, so yeah, they ate 2:03. Forced Hayes to burn a timeout, so Hayes only has one timeout.
That is correct.
Champion still has all 3.
So now you got to guess. It's not against them to give it to Peyton trying to run because he can break one as well as anybody. But I don't think that's him in the backfield now. He's out at wide receiver down here. So they're going to give it to him on a wide receiver little out route, and they shove him out of bounds at the 37, a gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. That took up all of 4 seconds.
And that play was probably based on what we talked about earlier, where Champion was kind of stuff in the middle, so why not move him outside as a receiver where there's less traffic, and he's probably had more chance to kind of dance out there and take a defender on one-on-one instead of trying to run through the whole line of scrimmage there.
My guess is he's going to go back to running back here because the other running back who was on the field had never carried the ball this year.
That was a giveaway, huh?
So 2x2 receivers, they want to throw. He has some time and he has a man. It's Jabari Washington, a sophomore, who bobbled it but brought it in. It's a 1st down at the 47, but the clock will resume after the chains are set.
And watch the replay. He bobbles it, but he doesn't make the catch.
So the clock is running, under 40 seconds to go as they snap the ball. McInville has some pressure, throws it out to the edge. That is Peyton, who gets shoved out of bounds just past midfield. It'll be 2nd down, and we think about 8 as he's out at the 49. 32 seconds to go.
Well, that looked like Sawyer Boley defending and did a good job of keeping Peyton in front. And Sawyer's a fast guy. He's a track guy. He's been to state track meet. he just spins him and throws him out. That might have been Wingo.
I think it was Wingo who spun him.
And Wingo does a good job of kind of limiting the damage to 2 yards.
So the clock stops with the play out of bounds. They're at their own 49. 2-by-2 receivers. Peyton the lone running back. McIngvale wants to throw, comes near sideline. A catch is made. That's Alex Villalobos. He gets a first down yardage, so the clock stops momentarily. They're going to have to hurry, though, as our referee will start the clock. Well, even before he starts it, they snap the ball. And, well, I guess a couple seconds went off. I don't really know how many. Anyway, they spike it. So it's 2nd and 10 from the 42.
So they went. They spotted it at 26, and they started. Once they set the ball, they started the clock and went 3 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't see the referee ever wind the clock, though. That's what I was watching.
Okay.
So he's asking the back judge what his time is. So I think it's different than he never wound the clock. So they really, by rule, they couldn't snap it until he winds it.
Right. So they're going to say bump it up, maybe.
I'm sure that's what Coach Kaiser's asking. He hadn't wound the clock, so how can they snap it to spike it?
Yeah, and why did the clock start?
Yeah, exactly.
So they're talking to the press box up here and doing the controls. Going to put
what are they trying to put up?
I think 26 is when they stop the clock on the first down.
Yeah, but he can't spike it without a second running
right.
up.
But I'm saying they would just put it at 26.
Is that what they're waiting for?
Yeah, I think they're moving the
There it is.
board.
It's at 26 now. So in essence, they snapped it, spiked it, and no time went off the clock. At 26 seconds to go, they've got 2nd and 10 from the 42. They fake an inside handoff,
Blitz.
and now a sack, the first sack of the night.
Yeah, they got him.
McIngvale goes down. There's a late hit. Lucky we didn't get that one called. But down at the 47, the clock rolls.
Well, they brought the house that time and backed him up.
So they're not going to call a timeout. They're going to snap it with less than 5 seconds to go. He's going to throw. He's got some guys going down the field. And that one's broken up, intended for Chris Bruce. Chargers do a great job. Was that Bali who got a hand on it? Anyway, it goes incomplete. And that's the end of the first half. Hayes goes into the locker room up 21-14, but the Chargers have some life late in the second quarter. They pulled back within 1 score, and that's our score at the half. So we're going to take a timeout. There'll be some bands playing, and then we'll come back for the start of the second half on the Chargers Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Jenny Brewer, and I coach cross country and track at Champion High School, and I teach in the business incubator and entrepreneurship. I remember my high school cross country coach made a very big impact on me, and when I went to college, I realized that I wanted to be a teacher and a coach. I was fortunate enough to get into at Kendall Elementary, and I got hired there to do there as a computer teacher. Now I teach entrepreneurship and the business incubator and practicum. I really focus on, I tell them a lot that they're going to grow in my classroom in ways that aren't really tangible. They speak every day, they have to stand up and they redesign usually a consumer product or packaging of some kind as their warm-up every day. I kind of get them into the mindset of when you're 5 and you go into kindergarten and the teacher asks a question, 20 hands go up. Everyone wants to say, pick me, I want to answer the question. And as they get conditioned into high school, they lose some of that sometimes because either someone has said you're not smart enough or they're worried about answering the wrong saying the wrong answer, or they're worried about the way that they're perceived by their peers. And so I try to get them to say, when you're redesigning things, go back to your 5-year-old self and just make it like there's no rules, and to go back to really having an ability to use your imagination.
Coach Brewer did a great job of taking students from the beginning stages of their plan, where they were uncertain about ideas, just formulating the plan to a very well polished presentation. So, and that was a lot of the time she spent just with the students and preparing and planning and rehearsing. The coaching, you always prepare to win, and that's what she does in the classroom with her students.
I think we were really lucky to have such a woman be able to teach us, and she was just so hands-on. She was definitely our class's mom away from home. She was just amazing, and so if I had a rough day or a good day, I could tell her about it, or if I needed good advice, or I had someone that I could kind of lean on.
What an outstanding woman. To do what the things that she does, not only on the coaching field, but in the classroom, speaks a lot of volumes to, why she was our Teacher of the Year and District Teacher of the Year.
As a career in general, whether it's in the classroom or whether it's on the track or in cross country, pouring into kids gives you so many things back that are just, it becomes your identity because of the way that the kids feed you and you feed into the kids. And it's, that's the special. That's what my coach did for me in high school, and so that's what I aspire to do for the kids.
The Champion Charms Director is Miss Ashton Kidd. Managers and trainers are Ceci Garcia Bowles, Kendra Gurnett, Sophia Hammond, Natalie McLean, Ava Smith, Mia Tyler, Alessandra Villalobos Costa, and Danny Zamora Gonzalez. Now taking the field is the award-winning Bernie Champion Charger Band. The band is under the direction of Jason Yance and assisted by Matt Bell, Ryan Gregory, Daniel Gonzalez, Chelsea Martinez, Tiva Tristan, and Parker Fuege. The Charger Band appreciates the incredible support from BISD Coordinator of Fine Arts, Mr. Ken Peach, Champion High School Principal, Dr. Beto Hinojosa, BISD Superintendent, Dr. Thomas Price, BISD School Board, and our Champion Charger Band Booster Organization. A special thanks to our sponsors, Ancera GMC, Schneider Engineering, Promotion Physical Therapy, and Magic in the Sky. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Lauren Goodall, Sierra Fridley, Nick Parra, and Michaela Sanchez. The CHS section of the game is the color guard. The CHS band member of the game is sophomore Cody Lars. The CHS band freshman of the game is Madison Williams. The Champion Charger Band is excited to present this year's competitive show, Stairway to Success. This year's show includes music by Whitaker, Salcedo, and Sostakovich. Arrangements by Evan Van Dorn and Manny Maldonado. Drill by Will Wells. Thank you for supporting the best students in the state of Texas. We are champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Champion Charger Band. to wish our Hayes High School band colleagues best of luck tonight and on the rest of their season. Thank you all for your support. Let's get live for the second half and go Chargers!
Hi, my name is Jenny Brewer, and I coach cross country and track at Champion High School, and I teach in the business incubator and entrepreneurship. I remember my high school cross country coach made a very big impact on me, and when I went to college I realized that I wanted to be a teacher and a coach. I was fortunate enough to get into at Kendall Elementary, and I got hired there to do there as a computer teacher. Now I teach entrepreneurship and the business incubator and practicum. I really focus on, I tell them a lot that they're going to grow in my classroom in ways that aren't really tangible. They speak every day, they have to stand up and they redesign usually a consumer product or packaging of some kind as their warm-up every day. I kind of get them into the mindset of when you're 5 and you go into kindergarten and the teacher asks a question, 20 hands go up. Everyone wants to say, pick me, I want to answer the question. And as they get conditioned into high school, they lose some of that sometimes because either someone has said you're not smart enough, or they're worried about answering the wrong, saying the wrong answer, or they're worried about the way that they're perceived by their peers. And so I try to get them to say, when you're redesigning things, go back to your 5-year-old self and just make it like there's no rules, and to go back to really having an ability to use your imagination.
Coach Brewer did a great job of taking students from the beginning stages of their plan, where they were uncertain about ideas, just formulating the plan to a very well polished presentation. So, and that was a lot of the time she spent just with the students in preparing and planning and rehearsing. The coaching, you always prepare to win, and that's what she does in the classroom with her students.
I think we were really lucky to have such a woman be able to teach us, and she was just so hands-on. She was definitely our class's mom away from home. She was just amazing, and so if I had a rough day or a good day, I could tell her about it, or if I needed good advice, or I had someone that I could kind of lean on.
What an outstanding woman. To do what the things that she does, not only on the coaching field, but in the classroom, speaks a lot of volumes to, why she was our Teacher of the Year and District Teacher of the Year.
As a career in general, whether it's in the classroom or whether it's on the track or in cross country, pouring into kids gives you so many things back that are just, it becomes your identity because of the way that the kids feed you and you feed into the kids. And it's, that's the special. That's what my coach did for me in high school, and so that's what I aspire to do for the kids.
I'm Goldberg. Thank you for watching the Chargers Sports Network. Who's next?
The Dog and Pony Grill has been committed to the Boerne community for over 10 years. And in that time, we've grown, but we've always stayed true to our roots, just like all of y'all. Live music, great food, and the most fun for all Greyhounds fans. Stop by today, or tomorrow is just fine with us.
What's going on? Michelle Beadle here, and you're watching the Chargers Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Congressman Chip Roy. As the father of two, I can tell you that no parent especially your parents, want to get a call that their child died from fentanyl. The mother of a University of Texas football player got that call last year. The parents of 3 kids in Hays County, where I live, got that call in the last few months. All it takes is 2 milligrams, which fits on the end of a pencil, for 1 pill to kill. In fact, over 40% of drugs DEA has confiscated across our country have contained a lethal dose of fentanyl. Because all kinds of drugs, Adderall, Xanax, others, including fentanyl, are cooked up together in unsanitary labs run by cartels in Mexico. Last year alone, 72,000 Americans died of a fentanyl-related poisoning. Over 150 people a day die from poisonings related to synthetic opioids like fentanyl. And fentanyl poisonings have now become the #1 cause of death for U.S. adults 18 to 45. Remember, it's not worth losing your life. Remember, only take medicines that come from your parents, from doctors that you know, or from teachers that you know. Because again, remember, 1 pill can kill.
Hi, I'm Gina DeWall, the Bernie ISD Athletic Secretary, and you're watching the Charger Sports Network. Go Chargers!
Harder, better, faster, stronger. More than power, never. Ever, after work is over. Harder, better, faster, stronger. Working harder, make it better. Do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever. Hour after hour, work is never over. Working harder, make it better. Do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever. Hour after hour, work is never over. Working harder, make it better. Do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever. Hour after hour, work is never over. Working harder, make it better. Do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever.
Bernie ISD is proud to host First Responders Nights at BISD Stadium. Thursday, September 22nd, when Champion hosts Buda Hayes. And Friday, November 4th, when Bernie hosts Fredericksburg. Join us as we honor our heroes.
I'm Jeremy Affeldt, 3-time World Series champion, and you're watching the Bernie Beat.
Hi there, everyone, and welcome to the Bernie Beat, sponsored by Bernie Radio. Here are this week's top stories from around Bernie ISD. BISD made history as they hosted the first ever Parent Education Speaker Series event. Students and parents attended the informative session titled 1 Pill Can Kill, which focused on the dangers of counterfeit and illegal drugs containing fentanyl, as well as prescription drugs. The expert panelists included Bernie Police Chief Steve Perez and Kendall County District Attorney Nicole Bishop, among others. Congressman Chip Roy recorded a video aimed at BISD students to help inform them on the dangers of fentanyl. Following up on our big news from last week, KENS 5 aired stories celebrating champion teacher Jenny Brewer and Bernie senior Houston Hendricks, earning the Excel and All-Star Athlete Awards respectively. To watch the KENS 5 stories, please visit our website. Bernie ISD students had a wonderful time at the Kendall County Fair. BISD special education students experienced all the fun at the fair, including a petting zoo, carnival, face painting, and much more. BISD students volunteered to assist their friends and peers at the fair to help make the experience a memorable one. And now, here are the elementary photos of the week. Those are the top stories from around Bernie ISD this week. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.
to create a program for across all of our school district. We want to create the best fine arts department, specifically theater arts department, in the entire state across all 3 of our campuses.
I think it was also a great opportunity for the 5th coming into 6th, getting to tour the campus, the theater, learning where props go, where set pieces go, and so it allows them, I think, in August to feel a little bit more comfortable starting middle school.
I think it teaches theater in a completely new, different way. We get to do a warm-up in games, which just kind of open you, and then we get to practice for our play, which we've been doing all week.
That was in 54? That was in 58! 54 was the year we had that big ice storm.
It's different from what I normally do. I was actually the lead in our 6th grade play that we did, and I just thought, you know, I'm very close to my grandpa, so I was like, you know, why not the old man? And it's really funny to play him, seeing what they do.
I learned how to project, I learned how to improv, and I also learned how to put on a different, how to character somebody else, because I'm definitely not a weather woman. I also got to have an experience with some of my friends who I already knew who went to elementary school with me. So it was very fun getting to meet people who were going to North, Voss, South, and a ton of other schools.
Well, this was our first year to offer. Being our first year, we had a great turnout, boys and girls. For next year, as we continue to grow, we're hoping that we can get some more of our middle school teachers calendars available to work with us so that we can grow in our numbers as well, building our programs. So trying to collaborate and getting our middle schools on the same team, teaching them and feeding better kids to high school.
Hi, I'm Brian Benway, Director of Communications for Boerne ISD. This is the Chargers Sports Network. Go Chargers!
School safety is very important, and it's up to us to work together as a team to prevent bad things from happening. That is why when you see something, say something. If you see or hear about dangerous or suspicious activity which could potentially put our students, staff, or visitors in danger, you should tell an adult immediately. Make sure you tell your teacher, your principal, or your SRO, or even your parents and guardians. Just make sure you report any dangerous or suspicious activity to an adult right away. You could help save lives. If you don't feel comfortable telling an adult, you can report dangerous or suspicious activity anonymously on the See Something, Say Something link, which is on every BISD webpage, or by scanning this QR code. Your tip will go straight to the administration, who will then investigate. If we all stay alert and work as a team to report dangerous or suspicious activity, we can help keep our schools safe. Remember, if you see something,
say something.
Hi, I'm Superintendent Tommy Price, and you're watching the Charger Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Jenny Brewer, and I coach cross country and track at Champion High School, and I teach in the business incubator and entrepreneurship. I remember my high school cross country coach made a very big impact on me, and when I went to college I realized that I wanted to be a teacher and a coach. I was fortunate enough to get into at Kendall Elementary, and I got hired there to do there as a computer teacher. Now I teach entrepreneurship and the business incubator and practicum. I really focus on, I tell them a lot that they're going to grow in my classroom in ways that aren't really tangible. They speak every day, they have to stand up and they redesign usually a consumer product or packaging of some kind as their warm-up every day. I kind of get them into the mindset of when you're 5 and you go into kindergarten and the teacher asks a question, 20 hands go up. Everyone wants to say, pick me, I want to answer the question. And as they get conditioned into high school, they lose some of that sometimes because either someone has said you're not smart enough, or they're worried about answering the wrong, saying the wrong answer, or they're worried about the way that they're perceived by their peers. And so I try to get them to say, when you're redesigning things, go back to your 5-year-old self and just make it like there's no rules, and to go back to really having an ability to use your imagination.
Coach Brewer did a great job of taking students from the beginning stages of their plan, where they were uncertain about ideas, just formulating the plan to a very well-polished presentation. So, and that was a lot of the time she spent just with the students in preparing and planning and rehearsing. The coaching, you always prepare to win, and that's what she does in the classroom with her students.
And welcome back to Bernie Stadium, where the Chargers are playing host to the Hayes Hawks. And at the start of the second half, it's 21-14. Hayes is on top by a touchdown. They scored often and early. Chargers kind of had to weather the storm, but then they did in the second half of the second quarter. Champion actually looked like perhaps the better team.
Yeah, Hayes comes out and scores on their first 2 possessions in that first quarter. They take a 14-7 lead, or 14-0 lead for the Chargers to get on the board and make it 14-7. And they both score 1 touchdown in that second quarter. And I thought, like you said, in that second quarter, Champion, I thought kind of won that quarter. But that first quarter where Hayes outscored them 2-1 in touchdowns, that's been the difference on the scoreboard, that 7-point game. And Hayes will get the ball to start here the second half.
They will. It is Crew Pulliam that will handle the kickoff for the Chargers. Kyrie Payton is back and trying to see the second one. It had been Chris Bruce. Kickoff comes. It's kind of a low wobbler and picked up at the 10. And a tackle is made right there as the Charger coverage team comes down and puts a stop on it.
23, Chris Bruce.
That was Chris Bruce.
The kickoff to start the second half.
Tackle made by Cameron Logan, I believe.
Making the tackle is number 9, Cameron Logan.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Hawks. The ball spotted at the 23. One of their worst field positions of the night.
Well, halftime is about adjustments. Let's see what the coaches came up with on both sides here.
We both commented that we thought Hayes went away from the run a little bit in the second quarter. Payton gets the first handoff, and there he goes. No one will catch him this time. Kyrie Payton will go 77 yards. And just like that, Hayes has gone up 2 scores here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they're definitely a running team, and like you said, we kind of felt like they started throwing a little bit more than they're used to and got away from that run. So
yeah, it only took one run for them to not say they're getting away from it.
It looked like they went back to the run and just straight up the middle. Looked like a little cross-buck play or a trap play, but busted loose, Payton did.
Extra point by Burgess is up and good. So just like that, we are 18 seconds into the second half, and Hayes has gone up 28-14. We'll keep it here. As I'm looking at some of the body language on the Chargers sideline, and that deflated them just a bit.
Yeah, a little bit, because you go into halftime, you make adjustments, you have all these ideas and plans of what you want to do. As we see the touchdown run by Peyton there. A couple of Chargers giving chase, but he's just too far down the field. And Champions down 28-14. And talking to Coach Kaiser, one of the things he said is we're not really a quick strike team, and we're not as explosive as we've been in the past. We're kind of more of a grinded out team, and so it's tough to be a grinded out, when you're down 2 scores. So let's see if that changes their strategy. Still plenty of time here, though.
Right,
but
still is. And one of the comments I made in the first half that I'll stick with in the second half, the first team that can come up with a couple of stops on back-to-back possessions has the upper hand. Right now, Hayes has the upper hand because they're up 2 scores. But if the Chargers can respond and then get some stops, that would help. There's an onside kick. And the Chargers field it. And he has some room down the far sideline before he's finally wrestled out of bounds. Can you see who that was? It is
23, looks like.
Luke Rossi, a junior defensive back, up on kick coverage, went and stole the onside kick and just went busted right. There it is. Comes up and high points it, grabs it, and runs the sideline, and only the man who's back, almost a face mask, is he.
And a horse collar.
A horse collar all at once. So it's at the 21, 1st and 10 for the Chargers, who have a chance to answer right here, right now.
Well, good job by the Chargers not falling back out of coverage and sticking and protecting against something like that.
No doubt. Little motion from Brooks. Handoff. That's Reha. He's rustled out of bounds inside the 20, I think at the 17, a gain of 4. That'll make it 2nd and 6 as the Chargers want to hurry.
Yeah, I think that play was supposed to go up the middle, nothing there, so Reha bounces it outside and it gets about 2 or 3 or 4 on that one.
This is Reha up the middle, busts through inside the 10 and finally knocked down across the 5. Nice tackle made on the play by safety Chris Bruce.
And this time they just go straight up the middle, and that's been open for them, that play straight up the middle. They're getting some good blocking.
Right, since the first couple of drives, they've figured out how to block.
Reha's coming off limping a little bit. Hopefully he's okay.
He is shook up, and he will come off the field, and that means Colin Ryan will come in. Chargers want to keep hurrying. This is Ryan through the middle. That hole was open for a while, then closed up. He did fall forward, and he's up to the 1 where it'll be 2nd and goal.
Number 32, Colin Ryan.
I think that just that falling forward got him to the 1-yard line. Looked like he got stopped originally.
Well, we had a couple of offensive linemen. Garris was the one I saw the most of, kind of pushing the pile forward.
The old Bush push, remember that?
Yep.
USC game.
So out of the shotgun from the 1. Ballin wants to throw, but he gets sacked.
And he threw it.
He threw it late.
He got rid of it.
They're going to call him down, though. Our referee says he was already knee on the ground, and they're going to spot it at the 14. So that's a loss of 13 yards, and it's now 3rd and goal from the 14.
Well, that time they were trying to run. They'd run the first 2 plays, and this time they tried to go through the air. Just good penetration by that Hayes line just to get the pressure on him, and really he's trying to just throw it away to the back that was there, but not enough time.
So on 3rd down, they give it to Ryan up the middle. There's a hole. He wiggles right, then wiggles left, then tries to push forward. He stopped about the 1, I think, is where they're going to spot him. We didn't have offensive linemen there quick enough to push back, so their defense held him at the 1.
There was all kinds of pushing and pulling going on at the end of that play. You see one of the champion players come in right there, start pulling number 6. Bates starts pulling him. And
the rule book says you can't pull him, but you can push him forward. 4th and goal from the 1. They're going to go for it. 2 backs in the backfield. It's Ballin on a keeper into the end zone. That's a touchdown. So the Chargers answer just a minute or two later and make it a 28-20 score with the extra point to come.
Well, 4th and 1, I think down 2 scores in that second half. They have to go for it, and they do. It's a 1 yard line, so you go for it and look like pretty much a keeper from the get-go for Ballin.
Yeah. I think it was his choice, but I don't think he was going to give it to anybody else. Pulliam's extra point is up, and it's through. 28-21, 8:46 to go in the third. We'll take a timeout with him after you look at the replay of Ballin going in for the score. This is the Chargers Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Superintendent Tommy Price, and you're watching the Charger Sports Network.
Ladies, that is how you execute the run-pass option.
All right, guys. In order to live in this community, we need to know important facts. What year was Bernie High School opened?
Back in 1909.
Now, who knows the name of the mascot?
It's 28-21. Hayes on top of the Chargers. But the Chargers back within 1 score, and they'll kick it back to Hayes here. With just 3 minutes and 14 seconds gone in the quarter, there's been 2 touchdowns, which was even quicker than it was in the first quarter.
Well, that drive, 6 plays, only 21 yards, 226, and nice return by Rossi on the.
And here's an onside kick by the
and
Chargers,
and
I think they got it.
Yep.
That was Pulliam, who just tipped it with his foot and followed it straight up the field, and he recovered it himself. And the Chargers, oh my goodness, look at him. He just followed the ball, and when it went 10 yards, their guy wasn't there, and he was. And the Chargers pull off the onside kick.
How about one onside kick deserves another there, and Champion pulls the same play out of their playbook, and this time it pays off for them.
Another sustained drive would be really nice for the Chargers here. This is Colin Ryan. He busts through. He's got some room. He's got a big gain. He'll go almost 20 yards to the 30, 18 yards officially, and that's a first down before he's wrestled down by several players, including safety Jaime Hernandez.
Well, between the 20s, Champion's been able to get a lot done just running straight up the middle.
Tackle made by Michael Biscoff. Biscoff brother and number 7, Jaime Hernandez.
They give it to Ryan again. He avoids the first tackler, but then gets slowed down. That's defensive end Jace Thomas, who got a hold of him and maybe gets a yard to the 29. It's 2nd and 9.
That run by Ryan, the first run to start the drive, 18 yards on that one run.
So Ryan, the tailback, beside Ballin. Brooks is in motion. They'll throw it to him. Actually threw it to Krause as Brooks went deep. Krause was the stop route, and it's bobbled and incomplete. Is that ball tipped at the line?
It might have been.
I think it might have got tipped at the line and therefore made a tough catch for Krause. It's incomplete. Now it's 3rd and long. Chargers to continue the drive now from the 29. Fake the handoff. Pressure on Ballin. He's got a man in the end zone, and he can't catch it in bounds. As he does catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the Chargers turn it over. Well, the Chargers don't turn it over. The Chargers now face a 4th down.
4th and 9. That's a long way to go, but I think.
Again, you've said this many times. What's a punt going to do for you?
Yeah, it's only going to back you up 9 yards if it goes in the end zone, and then that's a long field goal, close to 50, about a 47-yarder. So looks like they'll go for it.
So Ballin will throw, roll to his right. Has a man deep, now has a man across the field deep. And it is incomplete. Oh my goodness. Griffin Jones went up and had a chance, but couldn't pull it down.
And there is a flag, so let's see what happens. It came out at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, he had it and just couldn't pull it in.
Illegal man downfield, so when a lineman had run downfield, they'll decline that and loss of down.
So the Chargers turn it over on downs. At the 29, it'll be Hayes' ball, 1st and 10, going the other direction. Not much wind at all here tonight. You could say the winds are calm.
There's plenty of hot air in the press box, though, between you and I.
So 1st and 10 from the 29. 7:35 to go, third quarter. Hayes up by a score with the ball. Kyrie Payton. Boy, is he shifty.
Boy, yeah.
Gets first down yardage up to the 39. Unless they mark him short at the 38, which it seems the linesman says he is. And it's 2nd and 9. He is so quick, has such a burst of speed on the handoff, and then just is so elusive that Chargers just glad to get him down most of the time.
And that's only their second offensive play because the first one went 77 yards for a touchdown.
They give it to him again. This time he's in the backfield. You see the number. The defensive lineman jumped him.
I want to say it was either Sutter Clemens or Goldberg.
Yeah, Wingo, they say, got in there. So the linebacker jumped on his back and brought him down. It's a loss of a couple. It's 3rd and 4. They've got 2 receivers on either side now. The lone setback gets the ball, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage as everybody's in on that one. Great job by the defense that time. Robin Vargas, the defensive end, was down near the bottom of the pile along with some others.
No gain. Now 4th and 4. So what do you do if you're the Hawks? Do you punt or do you go for it?
Well, again, I mentioned earlier, their punter is their quarterback, Tyler McInvale.
You're talking about it.
So their play clock at 15 running down now. They come back to the huddle. I'll be partly surprised if they punt because they've been able to get yardage most of the night. And some confusion. They give it to Bruce going right on the sweep. He gets, they had him, but then he got away. They had him right at first down yardage, but they couldn't hold him there. And Bruce gets first down yardage near the midfield stripe at the 46-yard line.
It's kind of been their little safety valve play when they needed 2, 3, 4 or 5 yards right in that area. They go that little end around to
that
Bruce.
Little wing tee.
Yeah, handoff, inside handoff.
Handoff by the H-back, if you will. Inside handoff coming this way. This is Obara. Breaks a tackle, then gets wrestled down, but not until he gets first down yardage. Clemens in on the tackle, along with Arlis Atakis.
So same play, they just come the other way. You see Evan Cool, Addicts in there as well. Sutter Clemens, but like you said, not before he gets that first down. Well, yeah, they hadn't moved it. Now they're moving the chains.
So 1st and 10 from the 44 of Bernie. Chargers defense asked to come up with another stop here, down by a score. Payton gets tracked down in the backfield again, falls forward about a yard. That was Vargas who got him that time.
Payton once again the carry.
Yep, Robin Vargas on that tackle, and
number 50, Robin Vargas.
Last few runs up the middle, Chargers have defended it well, but on the outside, Hayes has been able to get loose a little bit on those inside handoffs.
those H-backs are dangerous in this wing T formation. 2nd and long.
There was movement.
Now there's movement there, so that'll be 5 yards going the other direction. That time it was Chris Bruce going to go to the far side on the inside handoff. Had some room, it looked like, but movement takes him back. So instead of 2nd and 9, it's 2nd and 14 from the 49-yard line.
That looked like the play they had just run 2 plays ago.
Coming this way.
Yeah. So trying to get to that outside.
Obara's good, but Chris Bruce is a whole lot better.
Yeah, and I would say
Bruce going the other way.
And I would say Peyton's really good.
Yeah.
They got 3 pretty good ones.
So on the wing T, McIngvale gives it to Obara, coming this way, has some room, then gets backed up. Doing a lot of the pushing right there was Arlis Atkins. And that gets him back to near the original line of scrimmage, just a yard shy. It's 3rd and 11.
Defending for the Chargers was number 35.
Addicts with a nice tackle. And you would think 3rd and long is a passing down, and maybe you see a blitz here, but with the backs that they have, that's not necessarily passing down for a team like the Hawks.
So wing T, a receiver either side, now motion. They give it to Peyton. They try to track him down and do bring him down. Great job that time by Goldberg, who got him by the feet. And it's 4th and about 8.
And he got 3, and when you can hold a back like Peyton to 3 yards, you feel pretty good about it. It's 4th and 8-ish, so what do they do? Let's see.
Now they went for it from their own 45, so you know from our 42 they're probably going to go for it again.
Yeah, that was 4th and 4. Here's a 4th and 8, so a little bit longer. So you stick with the run or you put it in the air. Let's see what the Hawks do here.
Game clock's down to about 2 minutes. Play clock's going down to 1. They snap it just in time. He wants to throw. He's got not far enough. That's Obara, catches the ball inside the 40, but that'll be about 4 yards short of a first down. It's turnover on downs.
Well, we've seen 2 loss of downs. We've seen 2 onside kicks. This has turned into kind of a crazy scripted game here, but well, these teams are battling, aren't they? It's been a great game.
And Addicks makes the tackle again, so he was in on about every tackle that set of downs.
Yeah, they made about 3 or 4 in a row, it seemed like, on that last drive.
So from the 38, the handoff. Colin Ryan goes up the field and gets first down yardage near the 47. Maybe he's a yard shy. I guess he fell forward a little more than I thought he did.
Straight up the middle again between the tackles. That play has worked well for the Chargers.
So a 9-yard gain. They give it to him again. This time he veers left. Gets first down yardage, but only about 3 yards. He's at midfield. It's 1st and 10. Game clock at 1:40, and it'll run again once they set the chains.
And that time the hole was to the outside. He hit it, but good tackle for short gain.
Ballin wants to throw against his body, and then it's dropped. Haven't seen that much tonight at all. This time that's Griffin Jones, who's made some spectacular catches tonight. That one he couldn't bring in. I think he started to turn up field before he brought it in. That's an incomplete pass. It's 2nd down. They actually gave us a yard when they spotted the ball that time, but the umpire came back and put it down again. So 2nd and 10 from midfield. Straight drop back, not much pressure. Has some time. There's Griffin Jones, and that one's knocked away, and that's a flag, they say, on Chris Bruce. The standout running back is also a strong safety, or a free safety, and this time he gets there just a little bit quick.
Well, let's see. I thought he got there a little early.
He did earlier that they didn't call.
Yeah.
We saw that in the first half. This time they do call it. And they call interference, which means that'll be a first down for the Chargers. They'll go 15 yards down the field to the 35. It's 1st and 10.
Bruce talking to the official that threw the flag. I don't think he agreed with that call.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt he disagreed.
First down.
Handoff. Ryan's got some room. Gets bumped. Breaks a tackle. Muscles forward. Finally gets thrown down, but not until he's inside the 15. A big-time run for Colin Ryan.
Well, we said it again. Great blocking in that interior right there by the Charger lineman.
Number 32, Colin Ryan.
One of the Hayes players lost his helmet, so he's got to come out.
He's got to come out, yeah.
Colin Smith makes the stop.
25-yard run by Ryan.
So 1st and 10 at the 14. Still looking at the bench for the play call as the play clock goes under 10. We're ready to go. Game clock now goes under a minute to go. Ballin takes the snap, looks right, has a couple of guys out there, looks for Griffin Jones, and he is lit up as he puts his hand on that ball, and he might be shook up.
Yeah, that looked like his mouthpiece came flying out.
It did. He had all but brought it in and just got leveled. Not so sure that wasn't Bruce there that did that, but it's incomplete.
And no flag, so they're saying it was a clean hit.
I think it was. I saw it. Yeah, he just got popped. That was Chris Bruce.
Yeah, that was Bruce.
The free safety that didn't want him to catch that ball. And now, I wonder if that is Griff Jones. Goes down to his sit. He's sitting down on the sideline or near the sideline. So still a one-score game, 28-21. 53 seconds to go on the incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 14.
And that is Jones.
That is.
I guess this is an injury timeout, not a.
That is, would be my assumption as well.
Not a charge timeout to the Chargers.
So both teams will make their way back to the field. The Chargers getting their play call. Our referee's ready to start the play clock. Got to wait for everybody to get off the field, our coaches and trainers and stuff. Starts the play clock there. And it should have started at 25. It started at 40. It doesn't matter now. They won't get near it. Ballin, handoff. Ryan veers left after the pile. Gets inside the 5. Falls forward to the 1. It'll be 1st and goal for the Chargers, who will try to tie the score up here in the closing seconds of the 3rd quarter.
And they're just blowing them out on that line. Chargers winning that push and just opening some big holes for Ryan to run through.
Game clock on the roll as it'll be near 30 seconds when they snap it. 1st and goal. Ballin to Ryan. End zone.
Fumble.
And Hayes has it at the 1.
No, they're saying he was down. Somebody was down. I don't know if
I don't know if it was the offensive player or the defensive player, but somebody was down, said the line judge.
So did the ball come out?
I thought Ryan got stopped and got pushed and his knee went down. That's what I saw. And as he fought for...
Let's see the replay.
He's down right there, but the ball is already out.
Yeah.
So he's actually in the end zone when he picks it up. So I don't think the ball would be at the 1. I think it'd be a touchback.
It is called a fumble, and it'll be Hayes' football.
So Hayes will have the football. Is the call. And I think it looked to me again that the ball had come out as he was stopped.
Yeah, I just couldn't see where his knee was on that replay.
Right.
Coach Kaiser not happy about that one.
The Chargers obviously think the runner was down before the ball came out. The replay really couldn't be.
Yeah, and he was going down. I just don't know if the knee
was down yet.
At that point when the ball came out.
So from their own 1-yard line, the Hawks have the ball.
And it really wasn't a strip. It was more of a helmet to the ball.
Helmet to the ball.
And
I think that's why the ball was loose by the time he got down. McInvale gives it to Peyton right at the line of scrimmage. He avoids one tackler, then gets brought down by a host of tacklers. Vargas and Addix both in on the tackle. So a gain out to, what do they say? That's the end of the quarter. Ball will be spotted, I think, at the 6, where it'll be second down and about 4 or 5 maybe. Anyway, we'll come back after the end of the third quarter, which is where we're at now. 28-21. Hayes up on the Chargers by 7. Hayes has the ball at their own 6-yard line when we come back on the Charger Sports Network.
Yeah. I'm Goldberg. Thank you for watching the Charger Sports Network. Who's next?
There are just some things you can count on when you live in Boerne, Texas.
Good people, great families, and amazing schools.
I'm Tyler Ferris.
And I'm Megan Hembry, and for over 10 years, we've taken great pride in transforming your smiles.
We're Ferris Orthodontics, and just like you, we're here to stay.
And it's time for the fourth quarter at Boerne Stadium. Hayes has a 28-21 lead on the Chargers. 12 minutes of football to go. They're at their own 7 with a second down and 4 when we get back to action here in just a few seconds. Play clock has begun. Defensive unit of the Chargers getting into place. Looks like they're going to have everybody tight on this possession. 2 receivers, 2 H-backs. Peyton gets the handoff up the middle. Doesn't get much for he's wrestled down. Clemens in there, along with Goldberg and a few others. Gets up to about the 8, so a gain of 1. It's third down and I want to say a long 3.
And we're told by our replay booth that it looked like he was down. I know Charger fans don't want to hear that, but they don't have replay on the field, so just got to live with the calls.
Yeah, at this matter, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
So again, they're tight. And this time it's an inside slot handoff, and that is, yes, Chris Bruce, and he gets first down yardage out near the 20. I think they'll spot him at the 19, but that'll be first and 10. Little inside handoff coming our way. Cameraman even lost him. Wrestled down, that's Bali with the tackle. Touchdown saving tackle.
And that gives them some breathing room. Remember, this drive started at the 1, so they're already out to the 19. So if they do have to punt, the punter won't be standing in the end zone.
Correct about that. Same formation again. This time it's Obara going far side. Good tackle by Addix. A gain of a couple up to the 21. It'll be second down and 8.
Well, Chargers are making them earn their yards. Other than that one play to start the 77-yarder by Peyton, it's been tough going for Hayes. They've only scored one just on that 177-yard run. That's been their only offense in the half.
They shuffle some players in and out. Play clock nears 10. Game clock will go under 10 minutes to go before they snap, or after they snap, pardon me. McInvale. Same formation, everybody's tight. This time, same. Obara going the opposite way. Gets shoved out of bounds, brought the 25. So still going to be third and about 4 or 5 to go.
Zach Obara, penalty marker on the play.
There is a marker, and it's a holding call. So that'll help the Chargers' fortunes. Instead of third and about 5, it's going to be second and about 15, I think, or more. Ball will be spotted at the 12. That'll be second and 17.
Yeah, so that's a spot foul. So wherever the infraction takes place, that's where they enforce it. from.
So ball spotted at the 12. They need to get to the 29 for a first down. It's second down. Now they go wide. 2-by-2. Peyton the lone setback. They fake it to him, then they pass it out to Obara, and he gets chugged down, and there's a flag late.
Comes in
Would
way.
seem to me that might be a face mask, but it's a long way to see a face mask. Maybe an illegal block out there by the wide receiver. Maybe another hold. Field judge threw the flag from about midfield. It landed near the 30. He carried it up to the 19. It'll be third.
So that was on the receiver that was out there.
So it'll be third down and about, what is that going to be, 12?
So
the ball got to the 13 is all it got to. So it's third and 16.
Yeah, so they're going to decline it since it's only got 1 yard. Don't give them that down back. You could back them up some more, but they get second down back. Right now it's third and 16.
Well, they'd go to the 6. It'd be just halfway to the end zone.
Yeah.
Half the distance. So again, they spread their formation with a 2-by-2. Peyton the lone setback. 9:25 to go when the ball is snapped. They're looking long. They get some pressure. McInvale's being chased. Finally lets it go. He's lucky it didn't get intercepted because he got hit pretty hard, and it'll be fourth down.
And Chargers, knowing it's a passing down, third and 16, they brought pressure that time. They got Wingo from the outside, and they're chasing him. Wingo got picked up by the back, but the quarterback felt him and started running away from him, and just really nothing there. Had to get rid of it. Like you said, took a pretty good pop there.
So Brooks goes in to receive the punt. This will be their first punt, won't it?
Yeah,
I don't think they've gone for a punt yet. Had lined up for a punt.
Touchdown.
Their quarterback McInvale is their punter, and he's back in. No, he's not the punter. That looks like 2022. Andre Walker, the backup quarterback. Be careful here because he is the backup quarterback.
They've had 2 loss of downs where they went for it on fourth down.
And they got just called for a delay of game.
But have not punted.
So instead of punting from the 13, they'll punt from the 8. As they're going backwards right now with 9:16 to go, but Hayes still has a touchdown lead at 28-21.
Chargers, though, with a chance at good field position here.
Andre Walker, the backup quarterback, is the punter. They snap it over his head. That's a safety. And not only will the 2 points go to the Chargers, they also get a free kick back their way, and they'll receive this kick. I can't even believe they did that on purpose.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't think so.
I've never. McInvale is their only listed punter.
Well, he just didn't really have a chance. The ball went up so high.
Way over his head.
Yeah, he had really no chance. But it's definitely a double whammy on the safety because the Chargers just got points and they're going to now get the ball. That's the only time that happens in football is when usually when you score, you give the ball up. This time you score and you're going to get the ball here. So it's a golden opportunity right here for the Chargers.
There was a point in this game where you thought the Chargers had no chance, but they just hung around, and they had a much better second quarter than they had a first quarter, and now the third quarter's been better than the second quarter was.
14-0 and then 21-7, so they've been down 2 scores, and they were down 28-14, so 3 times they've been down by 2 touchdowns, but they just kind of hung around, like you said, and made some defensive stops and have scored a little and have within striking distance now and have a chance to take the lead with a touchdown here.
And if you have a really good punter, you'd rather punt on this because you can punt it higher than a kickoff and have better coverage. But they don't have a punter, obviously. And now their kicker, Burgess, is going to take a full run on it, where all night long he's been kicking with a 3-step. He'll try to kick it as far as he can. The line drive will be fielded. That is Logan from the 30 up to the 40 and past midfield before he's wrestled down. So So the champion offense will start from midfield, down by 5 points now at 28-23, 9:08 to go in the game. Now about an 8-minute and 50-second drive here to go 50 yards would do real good for Charger fans, as long as it ends in a touchdown.
And if you score, I think you probably go for 2, but that's way down the road. You gotta
yeah, let's score first.
Yeah, you gotta get the ball in the end zone.
Then we got a lot of time to debate that. So here come the Chargers from midfield, 1st and 10. Balling on a keeper on a fake handoff, and he gets hit out of bounds. I don't think it's late, but in any event, he got hit. Dylan Lofton, the defensive end, is the one that hit him most recent, or toward the end of that. Yeah, he's still in bounds when he gets hit, because he kind of stopped. A gain of 3 at 2nd and 7 from their 47. Ballin to Ryan. Goes up the middle, gets a few yards to the 43 before he's wrestled down. The bottom of that pile is again Dylan Lofton, the junior defensive end. So 3rd and 3 from the 43. We look to the sideline. I think we've got the play. A little bit of motion. Ryan wants to run, bounces outside. Does he have the speed to get there? He tries to muscle up. He's finally shoved out of bounds. He gets to the 41. It'll be 4th and 1 from the 41.
Ryan did a good job taking it outside. The play was meant to go up the middle. Hayes is concentrating on stopping, but you see nothing there, so he takes it outside, and he lowers that shoulder, gets 2 yards, makes it a 4th and 1 here.
The sophomore cornerback, Colin Smith, is the one who stopped him short of the first down. Ballin's trying to change the play at the line of scrimmage. Tells his offensive line something. Play clock still at 10. He gives it to Ryan up the middle, and he doesn't make it. Right there in the middle, a big-time stop by Dorian Hill. Great job by their inside linebacker.
And Hill just slips through the blocks and pretty much hits Ryan in the backfield, keeps him from getting a whole lot, and actually lost a yard.
Yeah, he lost a yard on it. So Hayes has the ball, 1st and 10, going the other direction now with 8:24 to go in the game. Not sure if that's the center or one of their offensive linemen.
That's the center.
But he didn't leave the field.
Yeah. He just needs to know the count, that's all.
So 1st and 10 from the 42. He wants to, a little backwards handoff. He snuck around Peyton. Peyton runs into one of the staff on the champion sideline, but not until he gets a good first down and plenty yards. What is that, 15 up to our 44.
It's the champion tennis coach, Joey Cantu, making a tackle on the sideline there.
I'm not sure he got the better of it, to be honest with you. So 1st and 10 from our 44. We've got to hold them out.
24-yard run that time.
24, wow. This is an inside handoff. This is Chris Bruce, but he's not going anywhere as the defense was there. Vargas at the bottom of that pile along with, that's Evan Cole.
Chris Bruce,
so no gain officially, ball at the 44.
Actually, that was a 14-yard run on that first run.
Yeah.
No gain, second down.
Evan Cool comes in, 41 tackles, leads the team, so he's adding
Yes, he is.
to the team leading tackles. He's got to be double digits at this point, as many times as we called his name.
So 2nd and 10 from the 44. Tight formation. Obara going wide to the far sideline. Here comes Cole, and he pulls him down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of about 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5 as Cole is Johnny on the spot everywhere tonight.
Well, it looked like he was able to get to the outside. It looked like there was going to be some room, but you see Cole just chase him down and knock him down. Like I said, gets 5 on it, but that had the potential to be a big gainer.
It did. So the Hawks Stay in their huddle. Play clock under 15. Game clock under 7 minutes to go. Split formation, a little more spread out. McIngvale wants to throw, and it's knocked away. That's Tony Graves that came in and disrupted the pass and makes it incomplete. It's 4th down again.
Well, Graves jumps the route. He sees the throw. He reads the quarterback, makes his move, almost gets it, doesn't intercept like you said, but he knocks it down. Brings up 4th and 5.
So how many 4th downs have we had here in the second half? At least in the last 45 minutes of real time.
How many times they've gone? Both teams have gone for it on 4th down a bunch tonight.
We've seen this formation a lot. Bruce is the hash.
Oh, 2-minute motion. You can't do that.
Yeah, it was a direct snap to Obara coming this way. Or that's Bruce, pardon me. But
well, Peyton was moving too
right,
on the plays.
yes.
You can't have 2-minute motion.
So instead of 4th and 5, it'll be 4th and 10. That'll be a 5-yard march off against the Hawks.
So
our umpire's lost. He doesn't know where to go. There he is. He finds the spot at the 49.
So it makes you wonder what they're going to do here. 4th and 10.
Well, with 6.5 to go, you'd hate to give the ball back to the Chargers, even though they've stopped the Chargers the last couple of drives. Still anybody's game, 28-23. Hayes on top by 5. Charger fans up on their feet. Big time stop on a 4th down play here. We get a pass rush, it's a screen.
It hit the ground.
And it doesn't really matter because even if Peyton had caught it, he's on his knees. It's incomplete. They turn it over on downs. It's Charger ball on their own 44. 1st and 10 with 6:34 to go in the game. Down by 5. The Chargers need a score of 6 to take the lead. Now we only have to take 6.5 minutes on the drive, not 8.5 minutes like I did last time.
That is a 6th loss on down. That's 6 times they've gone for it on 4th down. And
both teams or just
yes,
them?
No, just combined, both teams.
Okay. Colin Ryan takes the handoff. He's got room up the middle. Now veers to the right. He's at the 30. He's at the 20 before he's chased out of bounds by Chris Bruce. But a big gain on 1st down. Just 9 seconds into the drive. The Chargers have the ball inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 19.
And watch the move. He busts it to the outside, and that frees him up. He gets chased down, but not before the nice gain.
So the Chargers inside the red zone now. Ballins reverse spins. Now has a throw. And I think it's caught. They call it incomplete, do they? Going down for the catch is Jones, Griffin Jones.
Throw was low. He goes down to try to get it. You can just see the ball squirt out.
This official called incomplete right away, so he knows he didn't contain it. So 2nd and 10. A little bit of confusion as we kind of go every which way with our receivers. They exchange defensive linemen.
That run by Ryan, 37 yards.
Ballin, quick out. It's Brooks, and he can't hang on to it. He had one man to beat to get a 1st down. It was Chris Bruce, who seems to be everywhere on the field tonight.
It might be more than one, but time throw was a little high. He just kind of had to juggled it a little bit and just not able to control it.
I think he'll tell you he should have caught it, but he didn't, so it's 3rd down. 6:06 to go on a stopped clock here in the 4th quarter. Still a lot of football to go, even though it seems like we've played to a crescendo here and something should be coming to an end.
Well, I tell you, the defenses have kind of taken over in this second half. Really not a whole lot for the offenses to do or to show for.
Fake the handoff. Pressure on Ballin. He avoids the tackles and then throws it short. It one-hops his receiver, which is Brooks. So it's 4th down now from the 19. A field goal really doesn't do you a whole lot here, and more wrong could happen than good, I think. So do we go for it on 4th down again, knowing they'll get the ball at the best at their own 19? We've got a play coming in. The play clock is running. It's at 20 now. Receivers kind of move around again as they read the play from the sideline. It's 4th down and 10 from the 19. Ballin, state drop back, gets good protection. Into the end zone. Griffin Jones catches it, but he's out of bounds. If he does, yeah, I think he did catch it. But he's out of the end zone when it got to him. Tough play. We turn it over on downs again. Now with 5:54 to go in the game, Hayes has the ball from their own 19.
That's the third straight loss on downs in this quarter, and the only other possession resulted in a safety. So not a lot of offense right now. Like I said, defensive, both sides have really kind of stepped up. Made this, it seemed like it was kind of a high-scoring game, kind of a shootout, but it's turned into a defensive struggle now.
5:54 to go, 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Tight formation, receivers in tight on the other side, on the outside of the H-backs. Here's a sweep coming to us. A nice gain. That was Chris Bruce, up to the 27. It'll be 2nd down and 2. He was wrestled down by a half dozen Chargers.
Yeah, he gets 8 on that one. And Hayes is very content just now to kind of take their time, burn some clock. Probably won't snap it till late in the play clock. Just kind of walking up to the huddle, taking their time.
Arguably the best team in the district, the Hayes Hawks, have gone toe-to-toe with the Chargers, and the Chargers have hung right with them. Here's Peyton up the middle, dragged down from behind, squirts ahead, gets a 1st down. Don't know who had his ankles back at the line of scrimmage. Might have been Hill.
Might have been Addicts. Couldn't tell there, but
somebody had him, and he gets 1st down yardage up to the 33. But the clock rolls now, under 5 minutes to go. Play clock nears 20.
So Champion, at some point, if this drive continues, is going to have to use some timeouts here.
Know what the coaches are asking the defense to go make a play, create a turnover. I'll be shocked if they throw the ball. Sweep to O'Bara, going the far side. Grace, boy, broke a couple of tackles, ended up getting about 6 or 7 yards up to the 40 before he's finally brought down by a host of defenders, including Wingo.
Well, starts left, comes back right. He gets about 6 on that. And right now, like I said, Hayes is just going to
just run the clock.
They're doing that thing called a huddle. I think it's called a huddle. Or you don't see that very much.
Game clock goes under 4 minutes to go. They're milking the play clock all the way under 10 before they even send the offensive line in their stance, so they won't snap it till after 5. They finally do. Inside handoff coming this way. It's Bruce. Good blocking. Finally, they wrestle him down and out of bounds at about the 47 or 48.
Got the 1st down. You see Boley was in there trying to strip the ball, not able to come up with the ball, but so the clock will start as soon as they set it, and here it goes. And so
3:35 to go. The clock runs. They send a sub in. They don't have to snap it till about 3:10. So this will be the last set of downs. The Chargers will have to prevent them before they start calling timeouts. Anyway, it's time for the defense to make a play right here. O'Bara going far sideline. They've got some blockers. He gets popped. He'll get stopped near midfield, maybe the 49, and the first timeout called by Champion comes then. 3:05 to go. Ball's marked down at the 49. It'll be 2nd down and about 6. We'll keep it here. It's a 5-point difference. Hayes 28, Champion 23. 3:05 to go in the game.
Yeah, they would have been able to take the clock down to 2-something, and so, but burning your timeouts, it all rests on you getting a stop here.
Yeah.
And not letting them get a 1st down. If you burn your timeouts and they get a 1st down, then that's pretty much ball game.
Those slot back sweeps are tough to block because everybody just puts a hat on a hat and pushes forward, and you've got the lead running back blocking the defensive end or the outside receiver, and you've got a receiver blocking, so they've got numbers. And you see there, it's one of the inside backers has to come up to make the first hit, and then everybody has to rally to the ball.
Yeah, and they run the ball obviously very well. They don't necessarily line up in a wing tee or a slot tee a lot of the times, but they run the same plays out of a different formation. End result is the same, though.
So they go to a more spread out formation this time. 3:05 to go. It's second down. They give it to Peyton up the middle. He's got some room. Gets popped. Breaks through that tackle and gets a first down.
It's going to make it really, really tough on the Chargers now.
When the game clock resumes, there'll be 2:59 to go in the game. First and 10. Chargers elect not to call a timeout. Play clock was on the move already before they started the game clock. So it'll be about 2:30 something when they snap the ball.
And they can only stop it twice.
Defensive coach out on the field, the referee pointing to him. This time they give it to a sweep. This is Bruce. Boy, breaks a tackle and he gets another first down.
Boley just hanging on by a shoestring, keeping him from busting it loose and getting a touchdown, but he gets a big gainer though. Look at Boley just hanging on for dear life, not letting go. But that was a big game.
First and 10 from the 28.
Well, you go back to that first and goal, that fumble at the 1, that was that was huge.
That was the difference maker at this point.
Yep.
Handoff to Peyton, I'd guess. Oh, they bobble the snap, and he'll get sacked. And we'll call a timeout, my guess. Are we going to call a timeout? Nope.
Got 2 left, so.
Now it's second and long. They don't have to snap it till under the 1 teens. 1:40 now, 1:40 and running. Play clock goes under 20 seconds to go.
Hawks very fortunate there. That could have been a disaster. That could have been a turnover. A lot of times when the ball comes loose, you just tell the quarterback, fall on the ball, don't worry about picking it up. But he picked it up and was able to hold on to it.
Play clock goes under 5, tight formation. Game clock under 1:20. They give it to Obara, sweeping opposite side, and he's going to score a touchdown for Hayes. And that'll seal the game. As the Hawks go into the end zone to make it more than 1 score with 1:10 to go in the game. On that slot back sweep that they've run so many times tonight, Obara has gotten more handoffs than Bruce has in this half because he's the fresher back. He didn't carry it at all in the first half.
Yeah, and they're just trying to use their speed to get to the outside. Champion did a pretty good job of clogging up the middle in that second half for the most part, other than that first play to start the half. But that's where they're trying to get to the outside to use their speed and get to the edge. And that time they take it in.
Somebody call a timeout? I don't see a timeout. A referee's writing down something, so somebody must have, maybe they called a timeout.
They might be going for 2.
They're up 11. Well,
you wouldn't.
The extra point makes it 12, which 8-3, the best you can get is 11. So you might as well take the extra point unless they don't think they can make it. They've made all their other ones. But they're sending the offensive unit out on the field. I don't understand this.
Maybe the kicker's hurt. I don't know.
You don't make it, and a touchdown and a field goal, a touchdown 2-point conversion and a field goal beats you, or ties you, I should say. So something's, he's got a card that I haven't seen before.
Well, maybe the kicker's hurt. I don't know.
So they go for 2. McInville. Inside handoff. It's Smith. I don't think he got in.
Didn't.
He did not get in, so they are unsuccessful on the 2-point conversion, and 34-23 is the score. I think the play clock ran on that, and it doesn't run on an extra point.
Shouldn't.
So it should still be 1:10.
Yeah, 1:10. 4 seconds went off for some reason.
4 seconds went off on the clock, and that should not be the case. So we're not going to go anywhere right now. As they're telling Smith he should have held the ball out as he's going down, and he would have got a conversion. But in any event, the game clock is back to 1:10, and the Chargers have their work cut out for them now as they need 2 scores. The first one, obviously, you have to get a score quickly to get an onside kick, and that has to be their point of emphasis at this moment in time.
Yeah, and you would take a field goal first. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You're correct.
Yeah, if you can get 20, 30 yards and maybe kick a field goal, bring it to within 8.
Yeah.
Try an onside kick and just take your chances. You obviously prefer the touchdown first, but if it doesn't happen, you have to take the 3.
First thing you have to do is receive this kickoff, though, and not have a miscue.
That was a 9-play, 81-yard drive. They took 4:44 off the clock, so they were definitely milking that clock.
Yes, they were. So Burgess, who didn't try the extra point, will kick it off, kicks it deep. Brooks inside the 5, brings it, tries to split a couple of defenders, and gets tripped up and goes down just past the 35. Or Champion, with 1:03 to go, will have 65 yards to go for a touchdown.
Yeah, Logan on that return, and 1:03, so let's see what you got here.
So the Chargers will come on out. 2-by-2 receivers. Burgess wants to, or Ballin wants to throw. Little inside route for a first down. And that is Chase Rehab with the catch.
Just a little slant play.
Ballin wants to throw, and he's going to go long. Intended for Griffin Jones. He's going to get an interference call. He can't make the catch as the defensive back didn't give him a chance to get to the ball. Looks like one of their backups in there. Actually, that's Obara. Griffin Jones created the contact and got the flag. So 15 yards. It's not a spot foul. I don't know where everybody's going.
This is high school, boys. It's not the NFL.
It's 15 yards. The ball will be at the 48, 1st and 10. Or did they? Were we at the 48?
They're at the 47, 48. So
okay,
yeah,
well,
this is 15
in any
yards.
event, we're at their 37 now. We got to get on sides. They hand it off to Ryan, going right. He needs to get out of bounds. He gets tackled in bounds. Now, do they call him out of bounds with 39 seconds to go?
I think Champion had to burn a timeout.
Yes, they did.
So you see the hole right there, and this is where Ryan, he's got some room. He's got some room. He can get out.
He has a block. He could have gone outside the blocker.
Yep, and they have to burn a timeout.
So a timeout on the field with 39 seconds to go. It's 34-23. Hayes up by 11. The Chargers need to score and then try to get an onside kick.
It seems like Hayes is kind of in I wouldn't say a prevent, but something similar to that, where they're giving they're giving them the underneath stuff. They're just trying to protect against the deep stuff.
Sure, and that's you're up by 11, so you know they need to score twice. Yeah, and you don't want to give it to them quickly.
Right, and you just got to hope that, like you said, it takes a lot of time, that you give them that short 10, 15 yards, you get tackled in bounds, and they have to burn timeouts or use a lot of time.
Right. So with 39 ticks, it's 1st and 10 from the 23. Ballin has some time, feels some pressure, throws to the end zone. That's a great defensive play. Griffin Jones goes up and high points it, but Chris Bruce comes and knocks it away.
Going for the home run ball that time. They both go up, and
Bruce just bothers him enough he can't bring it in. So it's 2nd and 10 from the 23. 33 seconds to go. Call comes in from the sideline. Everybody gets it and gets in spots. Ballin, they're only rushing 3. Feels some pressure, steps up, now has Brooks, and he catches a touchdown with 26 seconds to go. So the Chargers get their 6. It's 34-29. They got to go for 2, and they've got to make it here. And then the onside kick has to be successful.
So in essence, they have to score twice on this play. They have to get a touchdown, and they have to put the ball in the end zone again as another score. So,
well, we have had almost everything in this game tonight, especially in the second half. So many unsuccessful 4th down tries. We've had a safety.
That's why I don't understand why Hayes went for 2 unless they have a hurt kicker. I mean,
no, but he just kicked off.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Maybe the snapper because of the bad snap. I don't know. Ballin wants to throw but has pressure. He has to get out to his right. Now has a man in the end zone. And he can't squeeze it in. So it's unsuccessful on the 2-point try, and it stays a 5-point game at 34-29. 26 seconds to go. The Chargers will kick it off. So the Chargers continue their valiant effort, but time is running out.
Yep. Now they need a touchdown.
Yes. Well, they've got to recover an onside kick first.
Yep.
They need to get the ball first and then score another touchdown, which is all entirely possible.
Sure.
It's just not in the realm of likely.
Well, I think it's ESPN or one of them does a statistical probability of this team winning at this point in the game. I don't know what the percentages would be.
It's not high.
Yeah, and Hayes is obviously going to be protecting. They're going to put a lot of guys up at the front at about the 10-yard marker or so.
Senior Crew Pulliam will put the ball on the tee.
And they did have a successful onside one, but they weren't expecting it this time. The Hawks are expecting it.
Yeah. And they've got 10 guys.
10 guys within about 10 yards. One of them's backing up now.
One of them's backing up now in case they try to pop it up.
Yep.
But my guess is he'll have to do the end-over-end kick. And here it comes. The high bounce. They get it. Successful. And a nice job of going up for it, and that's Jace Thomas, the tight end / defensive end. Hayes has the ball, and that will, in essence, end the chances of the Chargers here in what has been an amazing football game tonight on the Chargers Sports Network.
Yeah, great game, and
lots of credit to both teams for doing what they had to do. Chargers have done an awful lot as a 0-1 and 2-2 team to take on a 4-0 and 1-0 district team that was arguably the best team in the district and went toe-to-toe with them. Chargers upcoming schedule for you.
Well, it's going to be tough for the Chargers. They're going on bye. This is going to stick in their craw for a couple weeks.
Then they travel to Seguin in 2 weeks, and they're back here against Wagner, and the Chargers Sports Network will be here.
Yeah, 0-2, this one's going to sit there on you for a while.
Still don't know why you can't go under center and just take a knee here. But in any event, that'll be the last snap of tonight's game. So the Hayes Hawks come to Bernie Stadium and come out with a win, 34-29. They defeat the Chargers. The Chargers fall to 2-3 overall, 0-2 in district play. The Hawks go 4-0 and 2-0. Kerry, any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Well, talking to Coach Kaiser about falling to 0-2, that possibility, was this a must-win? He kind of said it was, because now you got 5 left, and you still got some pretty good teams.
Right.
Smithson Valley, Wagner, Seguin still on the schedule. It's not the end of their season. It doesn't mean they're going to miss the playoffs, but they got a tough road and have very little margin for error the rest of the way. They got to win it probably at least 4 of the next 5 for sure just to have a chance. Probably need to win 5, but I would think minimum you got to win at least 4 of the last 5 going forward.
So for Kerry Barboza, this is Tony Brubaker. The Chargers fall to the Hayes Hawks 34-29, saying good night and God bless.